Hello, and welcome to HighRollers, a Dungeons & Dragons campaign on the twitch.tv/Yogscast. I am your Dungeon Master, Mark Humes, and joining me this week, we have Kim.
Sorry, your face is on my screen.
It's like a giant face.
We have Kim.
Hi.
We have Tom Hazel,
Hello.
newest member,
Yeah.
full High Roller boy.
Wearing my HighRollers band. No
High
Rex.
Rollers band, look at it, he's got the merch on.
A didgeridoo.
Yeah, you've got
Oh, he's got a little crossbow now. You're a proper boy.
He's
Oh,
got
wait.
a thing in the corner as well.
He's a
No
real
way.
boy.
You do, you have a thing.
Da-da-da-da.
Did I spell Axel right?
Yeah.
This was on
Close
a character
enough.
sheet.
What's on the
It has so
character
many
sheet?
different spellings. It sounds the same. That's okay.
We have Katie
Hi.
and Chris Trott of Hat Films. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We hope that you've been enjoying High Rollers Uncharted Territory. It's the last episode of which this coming Friday. So if you've not watched any of that, now's a perfect time to go and watch it on Twitch. You can watch it on D&D Twitch. You can watch it on D&D YouTube. You can watch it on Yogs
watch it
Live. You can watch it
everywhere.
anywhere. And it's 9 episodes. They're only 2 hours long. So you can watch that all before the big finale on Friday, which should be nice and epic. But before that, we have a rather epic adventure to be had today instead.
Yeah, kind of worrying.
Is there any announcements? I can't think of anything that we need to talk
We're
about.
back.
We're back.
I'm so tired.
The soundtrack is out next Friday, Steve assures me. So if you've been enjoying all the music Steve has made, you can purchase more of that next week. We've got some new merch coming very soon. But we're still waiting to get it here in the office, so we can't show it to you.
Is the High Rollers hot pants? Is that
Yeah.
top of the list?
Secret.
Oh, it's a secret. Sorry.
Secret.
I'm wearing it right now.
We've got
You can tell.
we got the hot pants and the
Assemble
thong
pair.
coming, so the
I
man
wonder
thong.
what that smells
Yeah, the one that like rises up the
Rises
hot
up.
pants.
Yeah. So, without any announcements, a brief recap, as it has been a little bit of time. The party had pursued some stories or some incidents of missing children. This journey took them to the ancient city of First Light, this kind of crumbling, futuristic metropolis that is now kind of been plunged into post-apocalyptic ruin. The party managed to make their way through that. They managed to find the children, rescue them from a Yuan Ti who is performing some sort of dark experiments on them, torturing them, that sort of thing, all to uncover some sort of secret about enhancing Lightborn magic. The party friend the children, they rescued them. A bit of a bungle of getting them out, but it all worked out in the end. The sad loss being Juto's Guandao.
There it is.
God
Found
damn
it.
it!
Is he out? How rolls now?
That's it,
Remove
you're done.
the overlay.
Remove him.
Remove it.
Sorry.
He's dead.
Put it back to guest.
Oh god, no. It took so long.
The party, however, upon returning, found an auspicious sight. Not only were several guards found dead at the entrance to the old city, when they retreated to the nearest settlement, they found that it had been attacked, buildings had been set on fire, many people killed, and all reported a wolf-like creature with partial armor throwing around flames had caused the deaths and had basically been asking after a blue-haired elf, a strange human in a green cloak, and a tiefling with a staff, a bladed staff. After a use of a scrying spell upon Althadon, Elora's father, they found Althadon and Korak were both were chained up and being held in some sort of ancient dwarven forge or temple. It wasn't 100% sure which. The scry spell didn't reveal too much, but a history check from Reynard Ferrahorn, who is well versed and educated thanks to his noble background,
Apparently.
knows that there is several ancient dwarven settlements and holds all throughout the northern mountain ranges of the Grasping Peaks, as well as the large dwarven city in Aramount. Now, through some other checks, you basically worked out that it is unlikely to be in Aramount, which is a large city where dwarves and dark elves have been working together, and instead you believe it is somewhere in the northern mountains of the Grasping Peaks. And I believe you had started to make your way there?
We were at least outside the town. We
You're
never-
definitely, I think you were definitely making plans to. Malady had promised to take the children back to
Yes.
Talus Val.
She split up from us.
Her and her robotic companion Hank were going to escort the children back to Talus Val for you.
in a different dimension, in a different world. Someone was inspired by Hank.
Was that really? Was you like, artificers are cool? and then he died.
Twice.
Wow, spoilers. Jesus.
I don't know who.
Well, true. Yeah.
So, my question to you as friends, what is your next... Oh, the other thing that we should mention, by the way, is Juto has undergone minor transformation. I have reworked the Way of the Four Elements monk, which was the monastic tradition that Juto previously was. So she no longer has things like burning hands. We've instead reflavoured it.
Okay.
You have fire stance instead,
Yeah.
burning hands.
I think we're gonna have to like every time I move now. You're gonna have to explain shit to me because.
How do you move?
So,
So
no
annoying,
difference at all then, really. Funny! I'm a funny guy! But yeah, we can explain it. Have a read through.
So I've already
Start the
unlocked
adventure.
fire stance and water stance,
Yes.
and now because my
You are
leveling
11th
up,
level, you get to pick a new one.
so I can do either air or earth.
Yes,
Okay.
pick them now.
I can't choose.
Well, you have as long as it takes to get into combat
What
to
would
pick.
you recommend?
No, I can't do that.
Okay, carry on.
Which one says
Eeny,
OP
meeny, moe.
next to it?
Earth is definitely more defensive. It's more about like resisting damage and
Do
things
that.
like that.
You need to
Air is
resist
all about
damage.
mobility and things like that.
Go Earth.
Although air does have a cool Chun-Li hurricane kick. Anyway, as it currently stands, you can regain supplies, food, water, all that kind of stuff in New Light, the settlement. That's
We're
not too
fully
difficult.
replenished.
You are basically fully replenished. We'll assume that you have had a long rest, and so you are basically ready to do whatever it is you want to do next.
Go there.
I would assume so. The main thing that you remember is both Korak and Althadon did not look in particularly good shape. Both of them had cuts and gashes, deep bruising. Althadon didn't even look conscious. Korak was breathing very slowly and raggedly. It was a worrying sign.
Hello, team.
Let's go.
Good morning. I hope you all had a wonderful rest.
No,
I
not
did.
really, Cam.
I'm such
not
a morning
really.
person. I'm ready to face the ultimate evil.
Well, I spent most of the night worried about this Silval, because I only now have heard about him. Thanks for filling me in on that.
Her.
So, didn't really give me many details.
It's the ultimate evil on a really evil werewolf woman. No biggie. And has a huge history with Juto that made her want to kill nobles and,
You.
well, not me.
That's CROWNREND.
Yeah.
Sylval wants to kill me. CROWNREND wants to kill her.
And if anything,
Generally,
So
we're off to
we're okay.
a flying start.
we're fine.
Nice.
Actually, I'm pretty sure CROWNREND probably hates you too.
Why?
Because you tried to get Juto to give it up.
So I'm okay.
Trell helped me. It was mostly Trell's idea.
Yeah, but Trell's not here.
Right.
You
Yeah.
may already be dead.
True.
Well, Trell?
Let's not even discuss that right now.
I doubt
Because
he's dead.
there are too many other things happening and I can't physically do
How
it.
far do you think the suspected place is? Is it further than 8 hours travel?
We did
I mean,
talk
you
about
know
that.
that it's at least a day and a bit's travel to Veldaban, and Veldaban was actually before the mountain range. So you're probably talking about 2 days to get to the mountain range, and then you're going to have to search the mountains to try and find this place.
I'm not going to cast Aid right now, but I'll do it when we find the place.
Unless, of course, you have faster ways of travelling, in which case you can...
What happened to that winged griffin?
I've still got it. I mean, it can't fly us the whole way though. It's got time.
Yeah, it has quite a limited amount of time.
And also
it
it
can
can only
boost us
carry
there,
two
though.
of us. It
I'll
can't
boost
carry
it.
all of us.
We can get horses from the town, surely.
I've got Exul.
You're going to float?
You're gonna float there.
Remember, you can glide with that
Glide.
sword. You cannot fly. It is not Thor. It is not Mjolnir, where you're
I
like,
will
"Axel,
try."
whee!" It's more like if you activate it in the air, it will heavily slow your descent to the point where you can float.
Fly me really high into the sky. I'll
And
glide
just
the
drop
rest, and then you
you.
can carry the other guys.
It's going to take you
That's
so
gonna
long.
take
Juto can
so
fly.
long.
Slower than
Crazy.
walking.
Juto can fly for 1 hour a day.
Yeah.
I guess we're
We're
walking.
we should get horses. We should get
Horses. I mean, the 2 days travel is with horses. I should add, by the way. I would assume that you would obtain horses of some sort.
Yes.
I'd like a wagon. A wagon gives
No.
me security and makes me feel at home on the way.
No time.
What about rain?
No time.
What about thunder?
No time.
We should at least go to a mystic and find out the weather report for the next couple of days.
Why are you
Very-
delaying? Why Why are you delaying?
I'm not delaying. I just want a wagon for the journey ahead. Also want to know when I cast aid.
I think pretty much. I think with your Outlander background, Elora, you can actually know. You roughly know like the weather for the next few days. It is summertime, so it's pretty good weather. No storms.
It's fine. We're all good.
Your knowledge of the natural world.
Is there not a cantrip that I have for this?
I think
actually?
I think like loads of stuff does that. Like Druidcraft might do
Druidcraft
as
does
well.
it.
Like you can predict it for the next 24 hours. It's like being a fancy weather person.
Maybe?
All the mystics I've ever spoken to, all the fortune tellers,
yes.
always get the weather wrong.
You can predict what the weather will be at your location for the next 24
At our
hours.
location, but what about the destination?
Could you scry them again, just see what the weather's like there? Oh no, they're
No.
underground.
Yeah, they're in a cave. Dying, might I add. Can we please leave?
I doubt they've gone anywhere.
It's nice and hot in there.
That's true.
I'm just wrapping like material around my fists now that my Guandao is gone. Just
I've given
while
you
they're
my stuff.
bickering.
You kind of get like the
You've got my
sashes and
stuff.
stuff like that.
Turns out my fists are actually just as strong.
Your fists are probably actually better.
I'll
than
take that
this
back
stuff.
then.
Yeah, you can have your staff back, honestly. Actually, yeah, my fists are now stronger than your staff, so you can have
wow.
that.
I mean, it was a stick, basically, but
What is your martial arts die damage now? Is it D8?
No anymore. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
okay.
So I basically don't pay attention to this anymore.
Nah.
Okay.
You now have my glorious new document,
Okay.
engineered by
With this
world famous
pixelated
Dungeon Masters.
art.
Yeah, all right.
Zuko.
Don't point out my placeholder Zuko art, please.
Pixelated. There's also a spelling mistake here.
Yeah, there probably is many actually, and grammar errors.
Yeah, it says restaurant.
Immediately.
Freezing hot. Blame
I
it.
wrote that very quickly today so that you would have a nice document.
Snap.
So please don't mark.
Did you appreciate my text like 5 minutes before 5 go?
My
I'm
phone's
running
off.
late, help!
My phone's off. Anyway,
Can we go?
I'm looking for a wagon and horses.
horses is easy enough. I think you actually had some coming here anyway that you stored
Yeah.
outside in the stables. A wagon is more difficult. New Light is a ramshackle town. It's very much a frontiers town. Some of the shopkeepers have wagons and things like that, but they tend to use them. There's maybe 2 or 3 people with wagons. How much are you what are you offering these people? Like, are you going up and just being like, I want your wagon?
I mean,
I am approaching the matter very delicately.
Okay.
You're not going anywhere.
I go everywhere. I go loads of places, sir.
Well,
I go
everyone
all
around here is
I sell my
dead.
wares everywhere.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Well,
no, only the emerald blades are dead.
We won't be very
Might be
long.
for the better, they say.
Oh yeah, probably.
can I just
All right, I'll
start
tell you what. You can have
renting
my
my
wagon.
horse?
You can rent my wagon
Yeah.
for 10 days.
Yeah,
1,000 gold.
1,000 gold.
Yeah.
I'm
He just like looks at you. He's like, yeah,
You're an absurd human being.
1,000
You
gold.
know that.
Are
Yeah.
your horses
Call
nearby?
yourself a
yeah,
tradesman.
I'm mounting a
I'm
horse.
getting up on the horse.
We're-
You have your own horses. You rode them
we're
here.
all- already
I'm getting on the
mounting the
horse,
horses.
and I'm going.
Can I yell steed attend me and just see if that works?
Where have I
I
actually
don't
put my
mean to
dice?
delay.
I don't think I've got my dice with me.
That is 2 sessions in a row, Mark Humes, that you've
Oh no,
not
I've got them
brought
in my
dice.
back pocket. I haven't got
Okay.
them out yet.
Always available.
Next to my butt.
Sitting on
to the
dice
bit.
can't be
Butt
nice.
dice.
Did you see my tweet last night about?
Yeah,
Or the
D4.
D4, yeah.
Yeah. Lethal.
No horse comes.
You were leveling up. Sure.
Yeah.
I believe it. In bed.
The sad reality is I'm like rolling it going, 1 is Star Trek, 2 is like Daredevil, 3 and just deciding what to watch in bed.
4 is Beetleborgs.
3 is porn.
Horse does not attend to you.
Okay, well, I'm going to just walk really sad over to my horse and then just climb it then.
Yep.
After yelling.
You're an
"Steed,
expert. You're an
attend
expert. You're an
me."
expert rider. It doesn't take you much to climb aboard.
Yeah, the horse could
Climb
go
aboard.
Climb aboard. This man's just like, no, you're not having my bloody wagon, sir.
You're taking the piss.
I am, because you're taking a piss.
You don't need it.
I do need it. I literally travel around and sell wares on it.
We're about to save the champion of Talis Val.
Right, yeah, and I'm the king of nowhere.
Oh, Laura, should we just leave?
Yep, probably.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk away from this guy.
Juto's already off. Like she's already
So you're just riding. Where are you going? Which way?
to the
Direction?
Veldabons.
You're heading to Veldban. Okay.
Where's everybody gone?
Like, you look around, you can see them riding their horses out the gates.
I'm just gonna sulk and get on my horse and then
Okay.
follow horse trails.
Okay. No, you'd be pretty good with land animals because of the Buckland family and stuff like that.
I've got animal handling.
Yeah.
As a +4. Thank you.
You
I've got
easily
+8.
guide. Pretty much all 4 of you are actually pretty accomplished riders, pretty good with animals. So it doesn't take you long to get on the move. You can't race the horses. Like if you try and push them too hard, they'll just tire too quickly. So you kind of have to keep them at a steady pace, taking frequent breaks. But it does speed up your travel overall. The first day passes. No problem. You have to camp out. You camp out nestled in probably a small copse of woods. You form like a basic kind of camp, just nestled in the thing. It's peaceful. The summer air is kind of warm. The nights kind of, the sun doesn't dip until about 9, 10 p.m. It is occasionally overcast, but there's no rain, there's no storms. The stars are luminous and bright, kind of twinkling overhead. And yeah, night comes and goes without much issue.
Could I, through the night, using things that I've sort of picked up from like first light things, I just want to like tinker with my crossbow a bit, just add like a sort of mechanism to it.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Add a mechanism.
I just want to add
What kind of mechanism?
just something that makes it fire a little quicker.
Okay. Give me a. Why don't you make an intelligence check for me?
Okay. 15 plus 0.
Okay, 15. You make some decent progress. Like you have a basic understanding of how the crossbow works. You've made some adjustments to it before, like this kind of clipped magazine. You start tinkering around with it. You kind of twist a few things. You add on. You refresh the gears, clean them all up, and things like that. Yeah, maybe expand the magazine a little bit. Create yourself a brand new one. You kind of carve something out of wood and add some metal plates to it and things like that.
Yeah.
Something which can hold a few more bolts.
Cool.
Yeah. You watch as Reynard's like quietly just working away. Like you have to clear some space, maybe get like a little bit of cloth out to keep
Pushing people back, like I need room.
I'm just snooping from a distance. I'm making the occasional like comment, quip, like, don't you think you're compensating enough? Stuff like that.
Mr. Buckland,
Yes.
may I have a word, please?
Juto Zutzi Jing.
In private.
Oh, very well.
Used to me. Don't look at me.
What are you standing like right now? Intimidating or
I always look intimidating. It's Juto.
clenched
No
fists?
other, yeah.
It's Juto, bitch.
You can now see that she does have like strips of red cloth all wrapped around her fists, which she didn't have before.
Look, I'm very tired and sparring at this time of night.
I am not going to beat you.
Okay, I'll follow you to this private place.
Yeah, you can definitely kind of head off into the woods a little bit, get away from the others.
I'm gonna whisper to Alora on the way out. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, please come help.
No.
I heard that.
So you just hear no as you're walking away.
Mr. Buckland, this is not easy for me to say. But you were there when I removed CROWNREND. You were the one who gave me the strength to remove him.
Don't remind CROWNREND of that fact, please. But yes, I was.
I am pretty sure that he will remember.
I was afraid of that, yeah.
This is not easy for me to admit, but I am scared of facing him again. You know how he affected me. And for all the japes I put your way, I just need you to know that I am scared.
Fear is a good thing. If you go in confident, then you will have mistakes happen. Whereas you'll be razor sharp. Fear is a good motivator, shall we say.
But given that I resisted him, for the most part, he will find a willing ally in Silval, and he will no doubt be far stronger.
Oh, they're a great combo, that's for sure. However, we're a great team, and I think, together we'll conquer our fears and defeat the ultimate evil in bracelet form. Don't worry about it. I pat her on the head.
If it comes to it, and he tries to attach
It won't.
himself to me again,
It won't. It straight up won't. Reynard's got a very powerful bow. It's faster. We'll all stand in the way before it attaches itself to any part of you.
but if it does, kill me.
I just nod.
Do I have your oath?
Yep.
I do not want to be under its control anymore, and I do not want to put Alora at risk.
Yeah, I agree with that. However, it's been a long time. And you're not the Juto, I look at the wraps and things like that you were when it took control of you initially. I think there's some extra strength there that you are not seeing, that we see. So I think you have more control than you think. But either way,
Shall see.
I agree. And it shall be done.
Thank you, Mr. Buckland.
Thank you, Miss Jing.
I do like a deep bow. and then
I
walk
tried
off.
to bow as well, but very stiffly. Not
Like
quickly.
super rigidly, like a kid at karate class, like.
Just a bit low. Yes. And then I put on a front, but when she's walking away, I'm just like, shit. I'm kind of scared too.
Okay. So this is kind of realization of everything that kind of washes over
I
you.
do need to protect and help.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything anybody else wants to do?
When they both come back,
Yeah.
I just want to sort of like...
It looks quite serious. Like they come back and actually, Cam's got quite a serious looking expression, like a little bit worried. Juto's definitely, although she's normally a mask, like it's, head down, very focused.
Could I insight to see if I have any idea what they're talking
Sure.
You.
13 plus 4... it's 15.
15. Whatever discussion they've just had, you suspect that actually they're both coming away from it with, they're nervous. You definitely get the sense that both of them are nervous. You're not quite sure what they were talking about exactly, but whatever it is has kind of put them both a little bit on edge. Just more in a sense of kind of that realization of something important is going to happen.
Laura, I think they might be scared of you since you got the belt. You killed like 2 people, like just snapped their necks. It was terrifying.
Good.
Okay.
Elora is not talking to anyone. She's like
Just
in her
keep it
own
on your
world, and she just doesn't have the patience to talk to anyone, or
Especially Reynard.
she just doesn't want to talk to anyone.
Okay. Yeah. You just keep yourself away from the others. It's not hard to do. The copse is pretty big. You can easily, you're so at home in the woods as well. Like it's not hard to like climb tree. And,
If I
and
need
find
to,
some
I will
patches.
climb a tree and sit on my own in a tree.
Yeah.
I come back to the camp with determination and like, you know what, we're doing big talks, big deep talks.
Okay.
I'm in the frame of mind. One glance of Laura, I'm like, nope, I'm just gonna go to bed. Just gonna go to sleep.
I mean, it's one of those things where Laura normally has this such a friendly, welcoming attitude, and then you just get this cold, hard shoulder, and yeah, there's definitely
I
an
literally do
aura.
a 90-degree pivot on one foot.
When you know somebody's pissed off and does not want to talk about something, there's definitely a lot of that going on. Reynard is just happily tinkering away. And yeah, anything else?
You intend to make it any longer, Reynard?
What? Oh, it's as long as it needs to be.
That's what they all say. Some people come up short though, don't they?
It's not about the size, it's how you use it.
Wow. It's very fast, I'll give you that.
It's very quick.
I heard it.
Would you like to continue the gay flirting? I mean, please do.
I heard it can work on multiple people at the same time.
Needs a lot of reloading though.
Oh. I'm just going to keep working away at it for the night.
All night?
All night. Well, as long as it
I'm
takes.
trying to be too noisy. Got some sleep.
I'm writing the date. Is that all right with you?
No, it's just if it was a question about the old new changes and stuff.
No, she'll just go, question.
Question.
When that
Question.
How to?
So, you get some sleep. Elora, in your trance, you're only spending about 4 hours. The others sleep pretty soundly. You can hear Cam snoring, typical things.
Typical Cam.
But
At
you do
this
have
point,
that.
I've
You have
gotten
that
used
4
to it.
hours of silence where it's just really you and the world. Elves don't necessarily dream, but in your meditative state, you do sometimes have your mind works and kind of almost like hallucinations, but they're very dreamlike. There are flashes of memories of family and everything else. You remember kind of your father basically jumping out the window in his kind of werewolf state, fleeing away from you in the Winter Spire. You have flashes of memory, the arrow from the moonbow pressed up against Lord Solandris' head just before you basically blew through his brains with an energy arrow. The shot of you remember seeing just the flame whip of Crownrend launching out and pushing Sylval's body off the side of the spire.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought you launched her off the side with Crownrend.
Yeah.
Took off after.
After.
Did I do that?
And you just
So
remember
you're
seeing
probably
the
going to
body.
remember that one too.
I mean, Crownrend wanted me to do that.
Yeah, but Sylval didn't.
Who cares?
Yeah, just those kind
A lot
of
of people
those
don't like
flashes of memories come to you. In the morning, you awaken, brief trail, breakfast, rations, that sort of thing, nothing particularly fancy, and you carry on. Valdeban is very much what you remember, except there is nobody there. All the dwarves that you had rescued have left, leaving behind burnt husks of buildings, abandoned, farms. Much of the foliage is kind of overgrown a little bit, and it's abandoned. The whole town has just been completely abandoned. Huge scores of earth where the roke dragged up parts of the ground. You can see wreckage. A couple of big heavy chains have been sort of left in place, attached to what appeared to be like a large metal ball that's just been kind of left in the ground. When you get there, there is definitely signs of this clearly movement and things like that. Could everybody give me a perception check, however?
Oh, God.
24.
20.
20.
7.
20 and 24 are Elora and Cam. Whilst Veldeban shows signs of battle and things like that, a lot of it's quite old. Elora, you suspect most of it goes back to when you were last here. But, you do find fresher looking blood and tracks. Two types. It appears to be, as you're searching around the town, you find evidence that the manor house that you actually rescued Reynard from there was a terrible fight in here. You can see giant claw marks of torn down wooden banisters, scorch marks all along the walls, part of the rooms have been burnt down, but you also see traces of magic, non-fire based magic, cold, lightning. You see different scorch marks around. You find a broken dagger, kind of the blade snapped off, elven in make, something that your father always had with him. Hunting knife that he carried with him at all times, just broken and scattered upon the floor. As you head outside, following some of the tracks, you begin to see darker coloured blood. You've not really seen it, but you've not seen him bleed before, but you suspect the thicker viscosity, the slight black Icarus nature of it. It could be Corax. Dragonborn do have slightly different blood than the rest of you. And you see, again, signs of battle, deep, heavy sword scorch marks and things like that. But it appears that that fight, that engagement, seemed to break apart. And then the Dragonborn has left quite deep, heavy running tracks leading off towards the mountains.
I guess it looks very similar to the carnage that was in the town previous. New life.
Yes, things like the flame marks and things like that. In the house, you get a sense that likely Alphadon was fighting back with magic, and so it's ever so slightly different. But yeah, you get the sense that this is clearly Sylval and Crownrend's work.
Well,
I'm going to take the dagger. That's
Okay.
on the floor.
Yeah, it's basically the hilt and then maybe an inch or two of blade.
Keep moving. Can't wait.
Okay, you follow the tracks. Elora, knowing what you know from your father, following the tracks is pretty easy. Corax certainly has made no attempts to hide them. It looks like the Dragonborn pursued somebody, likely Sylval, ahead, going through a couple of woods, across some valleys. Eventually he stops, clears, looks like he maybe rests for a day, and then carries on. Following the tracks, it leads you up into the actual mountains, pretty much up into the mountains themselves. The air grows a little bit colder, you begin to see a little bit of snow. Occasionally you catch glimpses of the troubled lands beyond the northern mountain range, but you work your way through. You come across what is, it could have once been, it probably is mistaken as a large cave entrance to most that just happened to glance it, but as you get closer you notice that the stone is worked and has been chiseled away, and deeper into this cavern you begin to see faded, ancient-looking but faded dwarven figures or faces carved into the walls themselves. And this tunnel seems to lead deep down into the mountains.
Well,
And the tracks are around there as well.
You kind of lost some of Korak's tracks for a while, but then you see signs of other things. You see signs of animals like they've been killed and dragged away. You see signs of battles, but with perhaps larger numbers of forces. Maybe several, like 8 to 10 men fighting against, again, what you suspect to be Silval. And all of these kind of seem to lead you in little pockets to this dwarven entrance, this dwarven tunnel.
this is it then. Are we all ready? I think something that needs to be said, Reynard. CROWNREND, very powerful. CROWNREND with Silval, extremely powerful. In particular, CROWNREND and Silval partner together. They know Juto inside out.
Whatever happens, I think we've got it, really. We've been through a lot. We're a good team.
Mr. Human, this is not a time for frivolity.
It wasn't frivolity, it was an inspiring leader speech.
Was it actually?
Oh, you've got a cute little bird.
Oh, cute little bookie.
Oh,
All my spells and stuff
did you
in.
make that?
No, Tash made it for me.
Tash
My
made it
number
for you. Isn't
one
that
fan.
sweet? Isn't
Adorable.
that cute?
Adorable.
So let's pretend that speech lasted 10 minutes.
You need to do a bit more than that, Reynard.
We have seen a lot of things, us as a team. We went into the New Light and the artifact creature thing that we'd fought in that pocket realm was huge. And we killed it. Sort of. And then we escaped the manor with a load of snake people running at us, and we survived it. Silval, CROWNREND, I mean, you've faced them before. And yeah, they're terrifying, like you keep saying.
Together.
Also, with the fact that we all have to protect Korak and Altadon, who are probably beaten bloody and very fragile.
Despite your concerns, what Reynard's saying does have a little bit of an effect. It's still...
No, you're right.
It doesn't convince you that he's right, but the fact that he is showing confidence is at least a reassurance to the rest of you. Like, there's a small part where you think, okay, maybe we can do it. Like, you feel like a little bit of Reynard's confidence kind of come off on you. How many temporary hit points does everyone get?
You gain your level plus
Your level.
my charisma. Oh yeah, my level and my charisma modifier. So you get 15 temporary hit
15
points.
temp hit points, which lasts 8 hours.
On top of that, I'm going to cast Aid.
Can
So,
you stack them?
Yeah.
To the books!
To the book.
I think you can because they come from different sources.
yeah.
Well, I'm going to check this because
Oh,
this
I've
is
seen a
something which
Reynard
this is
card.
something that people are going to yell at me if I get wrong.
You need like a fancy name.
Yeah, I mean, I was
The
practicing. it over
Tales of
Insomnia.
Reynard.
It's basically a
Be
freebie.
under hit points.
be Reynard.
How to
I
hunt
think
a
it's.
good.
I love it. I think that's super
No, I think
great.
it's awesome. I love the detailing
It's
on
better
it.
than me checking my phone.
Yeah. That's very sweet.
So many entries for hit points. 177.
While you're looking that up, can I do some RP?
Yep. Go. Yeah. By all means, like you don't need to ask me for that.
Mr. Human, I appreciate the words. However, there are some things you need to know.
Okay.
Silval is an elven werewolf. She is incredibly powerful, and she especially hates Cam. And probably me, because I pushed her off a tower.
I'm pretty sure she hates me more than both of you since I killed her father.
That too.
So a lot of
But-
history.
Only because she was trying to turn my entire race into werewolves.
Something about it being
If you can avoid
next level
being
of-
bitten, please do.
Exactly.
Okay.
Furthermore, CROWNREND is a demonic artifact. It is a bracer. You'll know it when you see it.
So you said CROWNREND told you to kill Silval.
Yes.
Can't we just use that against them?
No, because he also needs a host to carry him. When he was with me, at first he lent me his strength, and we fought the bad guys. But slowly, as he became more accustomed to me, he started to try and turn me against Alora and royalty. He craves destruction and anarchy He hates any kind of leader, which is why
Tyrants.
he will be keen to kill both Althadon and Korak.
And me.
I mean,
And Silval, if he can get his hands back on Juto.
But again,
Let's be honest.
probably like Sylval's power and would rather kill other
Bloodthirst.
tyrants. Yeah.
So,
I mean, it sounds like Crownrend itself is a leader, like taking control.
maybe you could use that against him.
Sounds like there's a lot of flaws.
But be cautious, is what I'm saying. He is incredibly powerful. He has the power to transform Silval.
Does it stick?
To answer the question, no. So if you would gain more temporary hit points, you either choose to get the new amount or keep the old amount.
I'll keep the
so
old
it's worth
Oh,
saving,
is it?
basically. So don't cast aid.
So it's
15. And it sits on top of your current hit points, and you take damage off that 15 first.
Can it be healed up?
No.
So no
Temporary.
But like let's say all of you took 10 damage, so you lost like 10 of the temporary hit points, and then you cast aid, they'd lose the 5 temporary hit points and then gain the maximum aid amount. So you can kind of heal it that way. Do you see what I mean? So like how much does aid give them? Like you can change it, right? Like don't need
good
to look
thing
it up
it's in
now.
here.
Don't worry about looking it up now. But what I mean is like if you got down to like
Just
3
5 HP.
if you got like 3 HP temporary HPs left, you could then cast aid and then people could have
It will
5
replace
instead
that.
of 3.
Yeah.
it will replace it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
Have we made it clear how just bad this whole situation is?
It sounds pretty bad.
We can't be cocky, kid.
Priority is getting my father out alive.
And Korak.
And us.
If we
Whatever
can
happens.
somehow, do you think if we healed Korak, he'd be able to assist to fight, or is he going to be
I think both would.
too weak?
Would they have their weapons?
You didn't see them when you scribed them. They didn't have their weapons or armor.
No, but my father knows magic.
Your father's also battling the curse
Yeah.
himself, so
I
maybe we
think
shouldn't hit
Korak.
him.
I think if we can give Korak anything to defend himself at least,
Give him that knife.
then we should. It's broken.
Snapped off.
So what would happen to Crownrend if we kill Silval?
He will perhaps try and find a new owner.
He
Okay.
can't physically place himself upon anyone else.
You
It's a
have to
mind
control.
game with him.
So there's no killing, just disabling with Crownrend. Okay.
Yeah. Do not touch it.
But okay. So it's not just don't wear it. It's don't touch.
Who
Or get
touched
bitten.
it before? Someone
touch
touched it. Was it Trell or was it you?
No, neither of you actually
it-
touched it. Like Juto took it off, and then nobody went fucking near it.
I
It
think
was
Trell,
shot it.
it spoke out to Trell to try
yes,
and
it was
convince him.
talking to Trell to try and
Right.
convince him to pick it up. But
So it will speak to you and try and convince you. It'll be very convincing too.
It doesn't
Right.
know you, so it doesn't know what you're like. It doesn't know if you're a leader. It doesn't know anything about you. It will just try and it'll try and persuade you.
Well, I'll try and be first in line for the talkings then.
What?
Sounds like it hates you guys.
It does.
But you're fresh meat. It's gonna
Either
find
way,
something.
he's got Silval for now, so until she's dealt with, there isn't anything that we
You're
can
the
really
ultimate
do.
host because you're not a tyrant. You're someone that can be in the middle of tyrants and kill them all.
And you're
That's
very
the nicest
invincible.
thing you've ever said to me.
You're not a tyrant. You're welcome.
And you're incredibly suggestible.
Well,
Anyway, now that we know the importance,
Promise me you will not touch it.
I won't touch it or get bitten by Silval. It seems like a lot of things to keep in mind at once.
Yes.
Well, how
one
about
correction
this?
I'm going to add, just because Elora would remember this, is you would remember that the curse that for the Frostwalkers had, it wasn't normal lycanthropy. It was a special thing from this Fenrir. It was from Fenris. It only affects elves.
Oh, okay. Would I know that? I don't think I knew
I
that
did.
before.
I'm pretty sure it came up in the thing. I think.
Okay,
I think
never
Solandra
mind.
said.
Be bitten all you want.
But you would be
Yeah.
affected by it.
No, I know.
Just
But not if you're in
remember this.
elemental form. If they bite you while you're in elemental form, you're not an elf, so it doesn't count.
Oh,
If you touch Crownrend or Silval bites you, I will kill you.
Okay. Okay.
the
Also-
bite won't affect him. It'll
Just a-
hurt, but it won't affect
Another thing to remember.
Also, we really don't want Juto to have it.
Okay, so keep Korak alive. Save Aldon. Kill Saval. Don't touch CROWNREND. Don't get killed by Juto. Don't let CROWNREND touch Juto.
Don't let Alora get bitten by Altadon.
Don't let. Okay.
By anyone, please. Just
no biting.
Just in general, please, none.
Okay. And also, get out alive.
Yeah, all of us.
Do damage, keep yourself alive. Keep yourselves alive, all of you. If I'm an elemental, I'm no use to you. I can't heal you. Prepare for that. Okay?
Yes.
This will be fun.
Okay. Did you guys head inside?
You first, Reynard. They won't recognize you.
Fine.
They won't.
It's not long before Reynard, you have to turn on your torch, your first light torch, as it gets dark.
Okay.
You descend, the tunnel winds down and eventually makes its way into beautiful chiseled stone steps with these kind of looming dwarven figures on either side. A vast cavern, maybe 20, 30 feet high, 40 feet wide. It descends deep down into the earth. You're traveling for maybe an hour, maybe two, constantly descending. Occasionally you stop and there is a large flat part of the tunnel where you can see built into the walls there probably would have once been some sort of tavern or store or something, long since abandoned, nothing really remaining except the stone walls and doors. It descends even further down and you begin to kind of feel the pressure of the earth above you and the heat emanating from the core. But eventually it emerges into an underground city, perhaps a town by today's standards. Stone buildings line streets. There are no lights. There is nothing to indicate light of any shape. The stone is not coloured. There are no painted signs. Everything is chiseled into the stone itself. You see runes. Do any of you speak Dwarven?
I think I... Yes.
Reynard, you can read, it's things like smithy, tavern, you get the basic elements of this was once a living town.
Yeah.
But there is nothing here. There is no sound, there are no bodies, there are no people. Long gone are, the streets are empty, clear of anything.
So does it just look
There's
like
no
they've just disappeared, not like they've been killed out of there?
You can't see them walking around the streets. That does change, however. As you're kind of exploring the town, looking around, keeping your eyes open, there is one building which is separated from everything else. It stands across a large stone bridge upon which there are two watchtowers on either side. A deep crevasse of which you can see an orange glow just illuminating from underneath the bridge and the building behind it. The building behind is glamorous, it's beautiful. The rest of the buildings are built around utility, they're constructed to be functional. This is a work of art. Dwarven statues hold aloft giant hammers. The top of the building is shaped like an enormous anvil. Chains of metal hang out on the sides, descending down into the crevasse where the orange glow comes from. And on the bridge leading to this place, you see hundreds of dwarven skeletons. Some of them wear armor and carry weapons and shields. Some of them appear to be carrying things like hammers, chisels. They've got chains around their wrists and ankles, and it looks like a terrible battle was fought here.
Alright, they're not standing and moving around.
They are ancient. They are skeletons. They are literally armor. The armor seems well preserved. A little rust here and there. There's very little moisture. But still, they just cover this bridge. And you can see these giant watchtowers looming over it as well. As you get closer to the bridge, the waves of heat rolling up from this crevasse that the bridge sits over is strong. As you get close enough, you begin to notice that it is literally a river of molten lava is running kind of around this moat, around this temple building that you can see ahead of you. A giant pair of stone doors is hidden partially behind a pile of bodies. The bodies are not all dwarven. They are mostly dwarven, but you start to see what you think might be Winterspire armor, elves, fresh dead. You actually see a few folks in leather armor with short bows and short swords. One of them has an emblem of the broken sky tattooed on its forearm. You see a couple of bodies from what appear to be scouts, maybe hillmen, people that patrol the mountains, orcs. all piled up against the door itself.
These are fresh bodies.
Some of them, yeah. Perhaps maybe a week, 2 weeks, some of them maybe a month.
And did you say someone with winter spire armor had the broken sky?
No.
No,
The window is
just two
there
separate
is some
things.
broken. You basically
Right.
looking at the bodies, you can see that maybe there's 2 or 3 maybe broken sky agents based on how they're dressed. Maybe a small squad of 4 winter spire soldiers. The kind of unique frost armor that you remember.
Can
of
I
the
see if
guards.
any of them are in Elistri?
None of them are extreme. There's men and women elves. You don't really recognise them, but the military force was quite large. It's easy that these could just be some soldiers or scouts.
Could I?
The orcs look the oldest. They look like they've probably been here a month or so, like heavily decomposed, savage-looking barbarian types.
Could I do a history check just to see if I know anything about the town or if there's anything in particular?
Yeah, sure. Give me a history check. Absolutely.
The battle. 17.
17. It's difficult to tell. It's hard to remember the exact names of these kind of old dwarven holds. They all tended to have very traditional naming schemes. Stone anvil, forge hearth, or something like that.
So there's nothing about that.
What you do know is that looking at the temple, you're pretty sure this is a temple of Moradin, but different to the ones that you've seen previously. Like the one in Talisval, there is a small shrine to Moradin, and there he's celebrated as a father figure, as a smith. But this almost looks oppressive, like the figure looming up behind the anvil has a terrible look to him, almost like a tyrant. The anvil itself is being held up by 4 other dwarves. The chains are you've not seen that kind of iconography with Moradin before. Looking at the battle, you do remember a story about how one of these dwarven holds, the kind of slave caste, rose up and kind of threw off their oppressors and fought against them. Ancient stories, thousands of years, back in the early days of the dwarves, long before men. And it was those dwarves, the ones who rebelled and fled, that became known as the Hill Dwarves, and they helped the elves in their fight against the Feywild, against the Archfey. And this is ancient history.
Why are you demon thought looking at the skeleton?
I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace on us.
Okay.
Oh.
You feel the enshrouding magic waft over you.
I feel like this is basically what you said.
Yeah.
But it sounds like basically what's happening again with the Broken Sky taking dwarves as slaves from Veldavan.
Is it like they're trying to repeat history as it was a success?
Well, it doesn't seem like a success. Well, then again,
It's all falling apart.
it seems like there's more skeletons out here than there probably is in there. So,
Well, this looks like some sort of, maybe like a scouting pie that maybe Winterspire and Elistri sent.
They were sending scouts.
Well, they found the place. I wonder why.
How old do those bodies look? Would you
Maybe
say?
a couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks.
They're all being basically, you can see that they've been piled up against this door, kind of thrown against it. To be able to open the doors, you'll have to move some of these bodies. Like, they're literally piled up as like a block.
What kind of marks and death blows are on these bodies?
On the things like the Winter Spy Scouts, same ones that you've seen previously,
Scorches and stuff.
deep heavy claw marks, throats ripped out, burn marks over them and things like that. Again, very, very...
It's a well with Crown Rend. Yes. Very well. Well, we've got to move these.
Same
up,
with the
mate.
Broken Sky. Broken Sky and the Orcs, they all show the same kind of damage.
how long has...
The Dwarves look like they killed each other. You don't get the sense that any of them were killed by.
Does anyone happen to know how old Crown Rend actually is?
He is demonic. Chances are he is perhaps as old as time itself.
Could have been forged by one of the slaves here and just it's carried on through time from this.
No, he was forged in the...
The Nine Hells.
what he said.
Right. So worse. Okay.
Yes, worse.
Everything that we're
Much
thinking, worse.
He was forged via Demon Lord.
We found him in the Underdark, but he already proved that he could transfer across planes.
Well, you remember what he told Juto was that the demon that was wearing him was summoned by the drow that you encountered, the enclave that you went into. The drow matron there had summoned this demon that was wearing him. At least that's what he told Juto.
Could I do a religion check
Yes.
to see if there isn't a direct opposite of, what was it, Moradin, did you say?
Moradin.
Moradin. Can I see if there's like an evil counterpart? Like
Anti-Moradin.
Anti-Moradin.
Shadow
yeah.
You
Moradin.
can try.
Oh no. Is that bad? I did 4. It's 4.
Trying to think, I mean, it's difficult. You can't really remember. Most of the evil gods, they don't really teach you about evil gods. It's generally not something people teach you about. You've heard like the orcs worship a guy called Gramush, who's like really horrible and mean. That's about it. But that's orcs. That's an orc god. I don't know. Moradin's always been regarded as a benevolent, loving deity. That's how the dwarves revere him anyway.
Is there any other way around the doors that we can see? Like any walls that are broken, any window
There are no
type?
broken walls. There are no windows per se, not from what you can see just in front of the keep as it stands. There are definitely some, it looks like these metal chains that kind of dip down into the lava seem to have like entry points into the side that you remember seeing. They are on the far edges around, like literally going straight wall down into the crevasse. The bridge literally goes across and then has doors, and then that's it. There's no like there's no walkway
nothing to
around
go
it or
around
anything
it.
like that.
Well, the only way through is through these corpses and those doors. So we're gonna have to get move on quietly.
Well, as
You can try
quietly as
to
we
move
can.
the bodies quietly. Take a bit more time.
We can have a look for them.
Look for what?
I'd like to do find traps just before I jump
You're
across.
gonna cast a spell?
Yeah. Oh. Dokie.
Let me have a look at the spell.
Find traps.
Yeah. I want to know the exact wording.
The exact wording. That's like taken, well, from somewhere.
Okay. Yes. Behind the door, you sense that there is something that would register as a trap.
Before we go charging forward, I sense there is something the other side of the door that could cause us harm. I don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah, I don't think the spell lets you know exactly like.
Maybe it's a simple like alarm system.
Yeah, it merely reveals that the trap is present. You don't know the location. But you do learn the general nature of the danger posed by the trap you sense. You suspect it's some sort of alarm, something that will make noise or otherwise alert people.
We're going to need to find another entrance, other than this big door.
I'm looking around.
Can I perception maybe?
You can make a perception check, yeah, for sure.
Hey. 25.
So, with that whopping perception check, the main things, you're kind of looking around, you head back over the bridge, you kind of scout out a little bit of what you can see. The chains leading up the side clearly have some sort of system that they go inside this temple, what you can see before it, likely some sort of room or some sort of machinery, something like that. If you could get around, if you could walk up the walls or climb up the walls and go in that way or climb up the chains, you could do that. You could absolutely climb up and go in via that way. Looking at the top, you think it's more that you're thinking through and you're like, if they sculpted these giant statues that are now on top of the temple, there had to be a way for the workers to get up and down. There's probably, it might be hidden, but there should be a way up if you can get on top of the temple itself.
And the chains are pretty much over the magma though, aren't they?
Yeah, you would basically have to, imagine you've kind of got like a flat stone kind of like island. The temple is shaped directly out of this rock, so apart from this bridge, you would have to climb around and then up, or use magic to fly and get in that way.
Can I get the bronze griffin?
Yeah? Bronze Gryphon?
How loud
That
is
can
the
fit
bronze
2 of
griffin?
you.
It can fit 2 of us.
Okay. So I guess you could just take one, come down, take one, come down.
Could do that.
Yeah.
Can I just start doing that transference? Of
Absolutely.
people?
Griffin summons, it kind of molts and shapes and it becomes large. It grabs whoever. It grabs all of you, flies you up to the chains, and yes, you can see that you have to squeeze, you kind of have to shuffle past these giant chains, but it takes you into a room where the chains themselves kind of wrap around these giant stone cogs. It looks like a system that's not been used for a while. They're kind of locked in place. There is an open doorway, there's no door in it, it's just kind of like a doorway that leads out into some sort of corridor leading from this room. You can see there's loads of these big stone cogs, metal levers, very industrious.
Do the chains look like they move up and down then?
The chains looks like the cogs would either pull or lower something into the lava, you're not really sure what. The chains themselves, you notice, are not just made of normal materials, it's likely they're adamantium, and they are huge.
Tasty.
Okay. So a corridor.
Yeah, you head out into the corridor. This seems to be on probably the right wing of this temple, and there are a number of doors leading off of it. Once again, like the city, it is empty and dead. You see a few things this time. You see furniture, stone beds, but the straw pallets long since rotted to nothing. Just decay, really, mold in a few places, but not much. Like there's very little moisture. It's so warm, and everything else down here is dry heat. Walking through, there are stairways that lead you down. As you follow those, it leads you into another corridor, this time switching back almost as if it was crossing the two wings of the temple. And then eventually you find yourselves basically flying through, you explore, you don't find anything. Instead you come across a large staircase which leads down, probably down deep into the kind of stone platform that's below the bridge level. Following that down, you begin to get the sense that not only was this a temple with places of worship and places where people would sleep in, but it is also a forge, or more like a foundry. There is numerous forging rooms, all with anvils and forges ready to heat metal. You do find like stacks and stacks of steel and iron ingots all over the place, iron ingots and coal and everything else. There is smelteries, everything you could possibly need to create arms and armor or whatever else you needed. Eventually, making your way down. Oh, you also pass what probably was once the main double doors leading into this place. You see those. Positioned behind them, positioned in such a way that if you had opened them without being cautious, a rickety kind of almost like wooden contraption with a flask of some sort of liquid would have tipped over and smashed on the ground. That's been set up very carefully behind the stone doors.
That was good.
So can we see the liquid that's in it? Do we have any idea of if it's some kind
It's
of...
got a cork top in it, and it's greenish in colour.
Is there anything we might have come across? Poison, acid, stuff
It's difficult to tell without actually like smelling it or like tasting it and stuff like that.
Don't think it's worth disarming the trap just in case we accidentally set it off.
Yes.
The stairs leading down, when you begin to explore those a little bit more, the one thing you get the sense of, most of it's open. There's very few doorways here. Those that have doorways probably were once wooden and it's rotted, or is now so brittle that you just push it down and it falls apart, even those that were locked. There is one room which has large stone foundries, and because you read Dwarven, you basically begin to find like, not quite maps, but like this way to dormitories, this way to this. It is something called the Forge of Obedience. And it appears to be the central chamber of worship for this whole temple. And it's actually beneath, it's the largest room. It's like the central chamber at the very bottom of the temple.
When we scried on Korak and your father, we saw them in a forge of some kind, didn't we?
Yep.
With heavy chains holding them up.
Well, this sign points to the Forge of Obedience, which, if anywhere, is exactly where they'd be.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
appropriate name for a place. Also the fact that we're probably at lava level too, and we saw lava.
They're probably going to be held over lava by chains.
Well, they were suspended on a platform, weren't they, in chains?
Yeah, and we saw like
Over lava.
golden, we saw like fiery
Stuff.
stuff.
That's gotta be the place. Let's keep our wits
Yeah.
about us.
So it's stone doors, you said?
Big, sealed, like airtight stone doors. You would have to open them.
Given that Crownrend is resistant to fire, it would make sense that he would want to capture people and keep them in a forge with lava and fire.
Can I ask, at this point, because you cast Pass Without a Trace, and you didn't cast a spell to fly, can everybody just give me a stealth check with the Pass Without a Trace benefits? So you get a plus 10 bonus.
Plus 10.
On top of your normal bonus.
20.
Pass Without Trace gives an advantage, right?
Gives you plus 10. It doesn't give you advantage, it just gives you a flat plus 10.
I rolled a 1. So
26.
So that's 15.
17.
17, 15, 20. Okay.
26.
26. Okay. Yeah, the heavy stone doors are engraved, and you can see that they depict a sign of a dwarf with a crown holding a giant warhammer above its head on top of an anvil. Around it are other dwarves with hammers working on metal, on steel. Beneath them are more dwarves, but these are holding up objects, swords, shields, ingots, gold, jewels. And then below them are dwarves in chains that appear to be pulling on a heavy chain themselves. And it's kind of built up as like a pyramid diagram upon these doors.
It's unlikely that Sylval will be having any company, so it's going to be very difficult to try and draw her out away from Althadon and Korek. Right? Unless someone can think of anything.
I'm pretty sure we'll be the only people that she's expecting.
She will not be able to concentrate on all four of us.
True, but
she is going to be able to use Korek and my father against
Perhaps,
us.
if I go invisible, I could free them.
That's top priority.
as soon as those doors open, she'll be all over it. So we need to be fast.
I am fast.
You're pretty nimble. Yeah, I'll give you that. Nimble and invisible, both good things. Can CROWNREND detect invisible creatures though? It can't see, but it can sense.
I left my sheet for him at home. He
Would
can
never.
sense.
Good.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know.
No, because we
You
sense them.
remember some stuff. Whatever you remember is definitely.
Memory check.
Let's just assume to be
He
safe
will-
that he will know where you are.
He will be able to sense.
Mm.
But that is if he is not distracted.
We will distract as soon as we get in there, and then your priority is to get them down,
Of
away
course.
from lava.
It is worth a shot at the least.
Yeah.
I would like to cast invisibility.
From your DOS loot,
Yes, please.
cast invisibility on yourself. Zuto vanishes from sight.
How long does that last?
An hour.
No, we worked it out. It's actually a minute.
Is it?
I think we changed. No, it was fly. No, something I know that we figured this out the other day. We've been doing it wrong.
Does it depend on what level it's cast at?
You
should
should
just
just
keep
keep it.
Concentration up to an hour. No, we were right.
And
How-
it's fly that was fucked up.
I think it's fly. You're right. I think it is fly. That's different.
We done fucked.
As soon as I know Juto's going through the doors,
You'd have to.
Well,
open.
Juto opening the doors will still open by themselves.
we're just gonna have to burst through with her.
Yeah, it's fly. That's 10 minutes.
Oh, right, okay.
If we all burst in, at least mask any sense of invisibility.
Yeah.
And distract.
Yeah. To us, Juto is not with us. She died a long time ago. Okay.
My brain is not letting me think of anything else that we can do to prepare for this. I don't know what to do.
Do you want to go in as a big, giant, rock-like creature that can blast open these doors?
Not yet.
Then we should go in as us, and I will immediately cast heroism on you as soon as you get through the doors. So let me know where you are. Are you up there, Juto?
I'll kick him on the back of his
Ah,
ankle.
okay, she's down there. This will protect you from fear and other things for a minute.
Will it disengage the invisibility?
Shouldn't do.
Doesn't. Although, if somebody observed you casting the spell, it is clear you literally throw out energy to the targets. It's not like they would see. They wouldn't dispel the invisibility, but they would see that there is perhaps an invisible creature that you're casting a spell on.
And I'd know that from casting it before.
Yeah, you got to think like each spell has a verbal, somatic, and that has
You'd have to
visual
direct
components.
it
Like
somewhere.
I'll just do it before we open the doors. just before.
Yeah. It doesn't have a lingering effect, is what I mean. It's like when you cast it, they can see who you're targeting.
Okay. Are we ready?
Okay.
You ready?
I don't think
On
we are,
3,
but...
but on the 1, I'll cast that on you, and then on the 3, we all, us 3, push the doors.
Just so I know, do we have a time check? I'm conscious of us going to break.
It's 6:15.
6:15, we've got 15
Very
minutes. Okay,
soon.
that's fine.
Would you mind if I very quickly run to the toilet?
Right now, we'll take an early break.
Could take an early
I
break.
think an early break is a good idea, actually. We're going to take an early break.
Oh.
So we're going to take a 5-minute break now, and then when we return, it will be time to get
Die.
this started.
Time to
Blame Tom's weak bladder.
Sorry, I've had many coffees. It's been very nervous.
We'll see you in 5 minutes, folks. Make sure you definitely come back for this one.
You can't go anywhere. Bye for now.
Goodbye.
Hello, and welcome to HighRollers. It was a bit of a kind of poor Kate. It was just like, no makeup lips. But we got there in the end.
I already did my makeup.
Yeah, we know. You always look fabulous. Welcome to HighRollers Uncharted Territory. Welcome back
We're
from
not
the break.
Uncharted territory.
No, we're
just
not.
High
Why did I
rollers.
say that?
Because you've been talking about
We
it.
were just talking about it, that's why. Welcome to HighRollers, the regular Lightfall campaign. Thank you for joining us after the break. We are joined as the party are just about to enter the room where Alphadon and Korak are being held, and where Silval and Crownrend probably wait. The party have made their way through. They found this old dwarven temple in an old, forgotten dwarven city beneath a mountain, and they have made their way inside. And we are literally, as you opening doors. I believe you were going to cast Heroism just
Yes.
before the doors opened.
Yep.
And then you were going to open the doors. Also, Kim had a question.
So this new monk stuff you've given me,
Yes.
I can still do like flurry and all this.
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's all
missiles,
separate
all
to
that.
monastic tradition, yeah.
And it's like
You still spend key points,
And-
but your new stances might make some of those
That
things
adds-
have extra things.
so it's not like I have to be in air stance to do Step of the Wind. I can
No,
still
but
do
when
stuff.
you do Step of the Wind in air stance, you
It
gain
has
the additional
benefits.
benefits. Did you go air stance or are you taking air stance?
Air stance.
You got an air stance?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Interesting. I expected you to go earth, that was all.
Is it lame?
It looked lame.
Wow.
Resistant to slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing damage is lame, apparently.
Well, but
Um,
then you can run away in
That's true. Yeah. There's lots of getting away from stuff in air stance.
air. Yeah.
You're an airbender now! So, Heroism, you can target 3 creatures.
One, I thought.
I mean,
I'll do
can.
3.
Or am I thinking of aid?
I think you're thinking of
I
8.
think I'm thinking of aid. So, Heroism, you can target 1 creature. Please state the benefits for us, Chris Trott.
Of course. I know them off the top of my head.
You fucking should do by now.
It's a creature.
Okay.
Gains temporary hit points equal to, so I'll just ignore that effect.
Yeah.
Immune to being frightened.
is that
So-
it?
Is that it? You know, I
Okay.
can like end being.
You're immune to being frightened. You'd be thankful.
Is it concentration?
It was just the way you
Yes.
set it up to give
And
a
it's
list.
just on one person.
So, 1 person.
Look, okay, all right.
It's the thought that
It
counts.
was. It would have been if you didn't go but as if you were about to start a big list of things.
So,
It's the thought that counts.
you utter a brief prayer. Juto, you feel a surge of confidence. Fear holds no hold over you. The doors you push open.
I think we were slamming open, weren't we?
Yeah, we were
You slam the doors open.
combat ready.
The gloomy chamber opens up before you. Walls of ancient stone rise up to a vaulted 70-foot high ceiling. The room is multi-layered with a U-shaped stone trench 5 feet deep running throughout the room. 2 giant pillars rise up to the high ceiling, both engraved with depictions of dwarves forging great weapons and armour. A pair of staircases behind the pillars lead up to a 15-foot high stone overlook upon which a giant adamantine anvil rests, behind which a huge stone dwarf statue raises a warhammer above its head. And trying to imagine that the statue is back here.
Right.
Hanging from heavy chains that cross across the chamber like a spider's web.
Jesus.
Across the chamber.
That cross across the chamber, dangling above the space between the 2 staircases. What are you laughing at?
Dangling.
It was just the markism that just happened. It
There
was
was
a
a-
linger.
what-
Across the room.
Dangling.
Hanging from heavy chains that cross across the chamber like a
Well,
spider
you
web.
said it about 4 times.
It was difficult to say. You try saying cross across really quickly.
Well, he's definitely killing
I
us
really
now.
tried to hold it in. And then I took a sip of water.
Between the staircases, being hung by heavy chains, are a pair of bodies, Alphadon and Korax, both bare, with heavy cuts and bruises and slashes across their bodies. Neither seems conscious.
Across their bodies.
I have placed them on these little things here. The top one is not there. So there is like these 5-foot kind of stone platforms, but they are actually
again.
hanging above them. They're hanging. They are hanging. It's a 70-foot high ceiling. They are hanging about 50 feet down, so they're about 20 feet off the ground.
Over a platform.
over a 5 foot by 5 foot stone platform. Yes, in the middle of this trench. It's like an empty trench with stone kind of rising up above.
Empty trench.
Yeah, it's just a stone trench. It looks like stone chiseled out, as if somebody would stand in it or something would fill it. You're not sure.
Something would fill it.
They've been stripped of all armor and
They are basically wearing trousers,
Rags.
clothes. Yeah, ragged
Loincloths.
clothes. Not loincloths, but yeah, ragged
Sexy,
trousers.
sexy loin.
merchandise HighRollers hot pants.
And that is it.
That's
That's
it.
what you see.
Boom. Where's Sivelle?
You should probably have. So you guys have all stepped in.
I'm going to start immediately going through them.
Okay, so Juto, you head inside, and yeah, you see this thing. They are about 20 feet off the ground. They are suspended. There is nothing really near them.
There's like is that a 10 foot or 5 foot gap between this
It's
edge?
5 foot. These are all 5 foot squares.
Okay.
But imagine it's a 5 foot,
But
and
they're
then it's,
higher up.
and then it's 20 feet up.
Yeah, higher.
I don't have little invisible platforms to use, unfortunately. I
One
need
day.
to order them.
One
I need to
day.
order them.
That would be
Can
cool.
I see where the chains are going? Like if
The
there's
chains,
a lever or something?
yeah, the chains head up to the ceiling. There is like a spider web of these heavy chains across the whole room, and the chains just hang down from them. You do not see a lever. You do not see. They seem to just go into the walls.
Do
these
they look
chains.
like the adamantium chains?
Each. So Althadon and Korek both have one chain attached to their arms, heading up. Individual chains. They look to be made of very fine steel. As you enter, you're invisible. Through there. Yep, there is silence.
Althadon,
There is no response.
Korak,
No response.
we should be really careful if we were to touch them in case they're trapped. I say loudly enough for Judo to hear.
Okay.
Can I move?
I mean, how do you want to get to them? This is, at this point, move your character and tell me what you would like to do. They are 20 feet in the air, suspended from the ceiling by chains.
I would like to move to Korak and try and
You can't get to him. That's what I'm trying to say.
Can't
He's
jump.
20 feet up in the sea. He's 20 feet up in the air.
can't jump.
You can try. If you want to try and
can
just
I-
jump up to, what do you want to try and
can
grab
I-
onto him?
Yeah, can I not jump from kind of here-ish?
You can try, yeah. Yeah, if you want to try and do that. So you move up to there.
Yeah.
And you can, so you make an athletics check.
13.
13. You leap across and you manage to kind of jump onto the body, but your momentum sends the body swaying as you kind of get onto him, and he's kind of jostled. He's alive but unconscious, and yeah, these thick, heavy chains are basically kind of wound around his arms and then are leading up to this network of chains above.
Does it look
As you do,
there's a lock?
no, they are literally just wrapped and tightly around his wrists. There is no manacle, there is no lock.
And I definitely can't see any kind of lever mechanism to raise or lower them. up
No,
in the-
no. They just seem to go up into this network of chains, which it's like a chaotic
Impossible,
web,
yeah.
and they all go off into different sort of little points in the room itself. As the body starts swaying,
Oh look, Korak's awake, I say.
okay, you and Elora both hear voices in your heads. Elora, you hear this purring, elvish voice that you recognize as Sylval's. So, you finally arrived, have you? And you hear this all in your mind. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
21.
Okay. This presence in your mind, you can feel it probing at your thoughts as it's kind of speaking to you. And it requires a little bit of effort to respond and speak back if you want to do it telepathically. But you hear Sylval basically say, I'm somewhat surprised. I thought that after you'd sent Korak, maybe you weren't going to bother trying to rescue him. I thought perhaps the old Dragonborn had just come on his own volition, but here you are, I suppose. Juto, in your mind, hello, little demon. So, you finally come. You just hear that just kind of echo. Cam and Reynard, you hear nothing.
I am going to try and telepathically speak back.
It takes you a bonus action.
Does it?
Can I do
Well,
If you want to try and telepathically, you have to momentarily concentrate.
okay, well,
on
I'm
your
not going
bonus
to bother.
action.
You know what, actually?
Just speak
No,
out.
I'm not going to bother.
Okay.
I'm just going to say, let him go. This is nothing to do with him.
Who are you talking to, Laura? Is she here?
Shut up, Cam.
Okay.
You hear the voice in your head. I know. Do you think that I'm here to kill your father? He's a means to an end, Laura. I have no qualm with Althadon. If Althadon had been the one to stop my father, he would have spared him. He would have chained him. He would have cured him. Because your father is a good man. He's at least a noble man. I have no qualms with Althadon. He's a means to an end, a way to bring you here. Because you selfish, spoiled little brat, you're the one that I have a problem with. Jute? So, you finally decided. Was your little elven friend convinced you to come and help her? I'm so glad that her and that foolish human are here. Where is your dark elf friend? He was one that perhaps I found him amusing.
I'm not going to reply, but can I do something?
What would you like to try and do?
Put a potion in Korak's face.
Okay.
Or like, can I try and like bring him around, or like just
What are you doing?
is that a medicine check?
You can try. Yeah, medicine. And slap him. What do you? I mean, what do you want to do?
I wanna.
Like, how would you awaken him?
I
If
guess I
that's
don't
what you
want to
want to
give
try
away
and
my
do.
position.
And if anybody else would like to do anything, then I'll do.
I think we should just split up, go different sides of the room in prep.
So you're whispering that to Cam?
I think we should go to different sides of the room in prep.
Okay, I'll go left.
I'll go right. Which side's right on this side?
I guess that way, you go that way. As we enter the doorway.
Yeah.
Wait. That way. No, that way.
Wait, I'm going.
I don't know where left and right. Reynard.
I'm going to hit them both.
Just hit them both. Cam, you hear a voice in your head. Well, if it isn't my favorite little prey. Where's your dark elf friend? He was far more handsome than you were. You recognize it as Silval's.
Bah. Is anyone else hearing that?
The room is quite dark at this point. It's only really the flashlight from Reynard's torch. It's kind of shining light around.
Oh, I forgot me and Troll tried to woo you.
Is that what you call it? Perhaps the dark elf was trying to woo. You were, if nothing, amusing. You know, my new friend doesn't like you very much.
You have friends? That's surprising.
Is it? I suppose I don't have friends to commit murder for me, but this one is interesting enough.
It sounds like you've done a lot of murdering.
I've been defending myself. All these nasty attackers have tried to come and kill me and my friend.
What about the innocence of New Light?
You think they were innocents? The Emerald Blades? They were corrupt. They were extorting the people all around them.
Let me guess, they were tyrannical.
You could say that. You just hear this kind of soft purring voice. So, which way are you guys? Are you guys moving?
So I'm
like
just-
Reynard, are you scooting around?
Scooting. Ooh, that's
Okay, so move yourself, 30 feet.
Oh, that's left.
Can I speak telepathically to Crownrend?
Yeah. Doesn't cost you a bonus action. You can just do it as if you were talking. But with the Laura, you have to speak back to Silval. It requires like a bonus action. You have to focus on what you're doing. What do you say?
Crownrend.
Should probably put you sort of half here.
Well, good luck. Korak, no.
Yes. You just What do you say? What's the matter, little demon? Do you have something you would like to say to me?
I have come for you.
No. You have come because of... what did you call them? Your friends. Because you value that little elven princess and that fool and this dragon lord more than you respected me. Do not think I have forgotten what you did.
I was wrong, and I have found a tyrant that could match even you.
Do you perhaps speak of this giant woman?
Yes.
This Felania? Don't worry, little demon. Once Silval and I are finished here, we will bring her to ruin. You will watch as we gloriously rip apart these tyrants, always knowing it could have been you and I.
What are the rest of you doing?
Skirting, preparing, readying.
Still scooting.
I've got.
Or you're just staying where you are?
How far am I from my father?
So you'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet long, but then 20 feet up. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I don't know what to do.
9, bitch.
While she's thinking, can I say one more thing to Crownrend?
Yeah, you can say what you want.
Crownrend, come back to me. You can either come with me willingly, or I will kill Silval and take you back.
There is a moment's silence, and then there is just like,
No, little demon, no. You will try and kill Silval and I. But there's one thing which you never understood about me. I am far more powerful when I and my vessel align in purpose. You fought me at every turn. Silval and I are greater than you and I could have ever been. We will leave you alive. That is the deal I have made with Silval. But I'm afraid that there is a problem that must be removed from the equation.
at that, you hear a loud as 2 valves, stone valves, here and here, begin to pour magma all throughout this stone channel. Begins filling up the room, the light kind of blaring around. You'll have to assume that the rest is done. Thank
In
you.
the theatre of the mind.
Yes. The lava just begins pouring in, casting the room in this dull orange, very demonic glow. The stonework, very good, well done. The stonework casting these deep shadows across the network of chains above. Thank you.
Lava.
Close enough. The heat is sweltering. Long amounts of time here will become problematic. It's so hot. As the lava is basically spilling up onto the stoneworks, kind of like...
Would I be alright?
You'd be alright longer than the others would be, yes. Because you're resistant to fire, I would say. Cam, what's your AC?
My AC is 28. 15. I really shouldn't piss him off.
I mean, just add him to the list of people you've pissed off in this campaign.
Oh, where's
Mostly him.
Can I borrow a D8 from somebody? I've lost mine.
And put Juto right at the top of that list.
Thank you. There is a kind of, you feel almost like a breeze of air for a moment, and then metal piercing through your armor into your flesh.
A little tiny buckler.
Afraid this is automatically a critical hit.
What?
So I'll roll the sneak attack damage first. $32 points of damage.
Okay.
Appearing as if from invisibility, a female werewolf, white fur, but half an arm, half of her right arm encased in a black metal carapace-like armor that extends up her right arm. The claw just kind of pulling free, just behind Cam, as this kind of looming figure appears, and you just basically hear a faint whisper in your ear of just sort of like, did you miss me? As it just kind of purrs away in your ear. Could everybody roll initiative, please?
What did you get for your
I don't need to
shit?
Huh?
Was it over 18?
What?
I just realised my buckler
Passive.
and my...
His AC
That's
is
my
Oh
18.
yeah, I rolled 17, and it's with a +9 bonus.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah. Elora, initiative.
8.
Cam Buckland.
It is 23.
Reynard.
24.
Jutsu.
22.
12.
Okay, Reynard, you are the first to react, really. You just see, as the lava pours out, you're kind of, there's almost like a distraction, and then you see just popping into existence this, female white-furred werewolf, partly kind of wearing armor. You can see that there is like half of a cloak, kind of shredded trousers, little patches of armor, but this kind of black carapace that extends all the way up the arm and forms into a deadly claw along one side. You can see that that black armored hand is glowing as if on fire. Like you can see heat radiating off of it, just like the magma.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I would simply like to get as far away from it as possible. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. And, is that line of sight?
Yeah.
Blocked?
No?
No, you're
No,
okay.
no, you're
Between
fine.
the pillars.
I want to just fire away. Oh, God,
Okay.
Axel's really far away, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn it. It's fine. I just want to just fire away.
Okay. Your crossbow's magical, right? I
No.
believe it is.
Well-
I believe it's +1. I'm pretty sure we gave you a +1 crossbow.
Oh, yes.
I'm almost certain we did. I think that's what it's got the bonus already added in. So. How much would you add when you do damage?
11. Oh, no, +5.
Yeah, then it's definitely got it because your dex is +4. So
Okay. So 21, that seems to hit.
21. Yes, the bolt flies across and it kind of thuds into this kind of shape. You just kind of hear like a grunt as it cuts past the arm. Roll damage.
For 12 damage.
12 damage. She's going to use her uncanny dodge to reduce that in half using a reaction. She's going to do that once though, but she kind of twists her body and it like cuts the blow a little bit less sharply. That was your first attack.
Does she count as a beast?
She does not.
Cool. Can
But you do have advantage because you're acting first in initiative. Although that was a surprise round. This is the first round.
So did he get advantage on that shot?
He
that
would
you
have
just
done, yeah.
Well,
so
it
roll
was-
again. Yeah, but you can see if you
You
get
see
a
it
crit.
if you get a crit.
Oh. I don't.
Which you don't.
No. So,
Never mind.
second attack?
So
I
Or do
roll.
you
don't
wanna do
suppose I
anything
can Hunter's
special?
Mark in between that, can I?
Yeah, you can, yeah.
I should have done that first. Can I Hunter's Mark?
Yeah,
as
sure.
well?
So you Hunter's Mark?
Yep. So that's, I think, 1d6 extra. Let me just open my tome. Yeah, 1d6. I'm just going to shoot again. 16, 19. So yeah, 20, 30
a hit.
to hit.
30 to hit. Oh my god.
This is it. You got Reynard with you guys now. He's
7,
actually pretty good.
9, 14 damage.
14 points of damage. Another crossbow bolt cuts across her form. This one like kind of scraping across the demonic armor.
And that's it, because I've bonus action
Okay.
my Hunter's Mark.
You hear in your head, stay out of this, whoever you are, whoever these fools have promised you they are. You are going to die here.
Cam Buckland.
Okay.
You turn around, Silval's face smiling down, these kind of big wolf-like lupine jaws.
Your breath has got far worse since I last saw you. Very unattractive. Gonna try casting Dominate Person
Okay.
on her.
Okay.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Busted.
He's making that
She's
face.
immune to being charmed.
Okay. In which case, that's my action. That's my 5th level spell slot.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
It was a good plan.
And I'm going to stand there.
You want to try and get away. But I suppose you've used your action so you can't disengage.
Yeah.
So you should get free attack.
Yeah.
Okay. Silval is going to try and grab you.
Try.
Strength check.
Oh.
If you're trying to dodge, I guess I can make an attack against your AC.
Yeah.
Would you rather make me strength checks or try and dodge out the way?
I'll try and dodge.
Okay. What's your AC?
That was an 18.
Okay. You actually, the first kind of slash with her arm, you actually do manage to leap out of the way as she kind of goes to grab you. You hear this kind of like, damn it. Fine. And then she just comes at you with the second swipe, just trying to slash against you. That is going to be a 17.
No.
Ting with the buckler. As it does.
I've got this now.
Yes, you do seem to have gained something, haven't you? It won't help you much, I'm afraid. Juto. Oh, sorry. She also tries to bite you. That also misses. It's 15. It's 3 8.
Ting! That's all my buckler.
Just bites onto the armor and get the buckler up in the way as well.
So small.
Juto, what would you like to do?
Can I
Mm-hmm.
give Korak a regular healing potion?
Yes. It's 5 HP to Korak. He does not wake up.
Okay. Can
But
I
you can see that some of the bruising seems to dissipate, you kind of pour it into his mouth.
can I tell why he's not waking up?
You get the sense that now with the trying to heal the healing potion, it's not because of his injuries. It's like he's been drugged or something like that. Like he's asleep. He is unconscious.
Does Alphadon look the same?
Yeah.
Like,
These they're both kind of just hanging there, heavily anesthetized, asleep kind of thing.
And I definitely can't see a way to get them down.
Breaking the chains seems to be the best option. More violent option, cutting off an arm. But breaking the chains.
It's just one arm that each of them. Both arms.
Just
Okay.
both arms.
Can
They're
I
hung up like this.
can I make an attempt to try and break the chains on Korak?
I will tell you now, if you're just trying to punch a chain,
Yeah.
it will do nothing. They are immune to bludgeoning damage because you can't punch through a chain.
that.
If you try to slash it, even with a bladed weapon, that's very hard. You can do it, you need to be very strong, or you need to have a magical weapon or something like that.
My fists
Magical
are
slashing
magical.
weapon.
Magical slashing weapon.
Well,
wouldn't
I'm
it be
out of
super
ideas.
handy if one could fly by itself?
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
Have
Have you got one of those? Or?
It's almost like Silval didn't know anything about you, so couldn't prepare for you.
It's all on you, buddy. No pressure.
What would you like to do, Juto? Looking up at these chains, you'd either have to physically break it, smash them, melt them, do something.
Can I? So I still have actions and stuff left, don't I? Yeah.
Yeah, at this point you've you've used an action to feed him a potion, so you've got movement and a bonus. And you are currently still invisible.
Yeah. Can I go hop off over towards Reynard?
Yep. So you're going to have to give me an athletics check because you are trying to swing off his body, basically. Or acrobatics, actually, I should say.
Acrobatics.
Yeah, you can use
10.
acrobatics. 10. You literally are like, whoa, and then you manage to haul yourself back over. Lucky you were only jumping 5 feet, so it's not too hard.
Can I go even further? Close to him?
Not with that jump. You can continue
Okay.
movement, yes.
Yeah, there isn't movement.
So
Yeah.
you go down there, and then you'd have to try and jump again.
I'll
So
do
you make
that.
an athletics or an acrobatics check.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
So you hop over.
Oh wait, no. 17, sorry, I thought that was an 8.
Yeah, so you've gone 5, 10, 15, but it's double movement, so yeah.
And I'm going to say to Reynard, the chains are strong. You need to hit them with Axor.
I don't want to drop them over so close to the lava, especially if they're unconscious. We need them swinging first, at least to give them some distance.
That's you two's go. Laura.
Ting!
I'm gonna cast Blight on her.
Yep. Constitution saving throw, I believe, yes?
Yes.
One thing she's not amazing at, actually. No, she fails.
Okay, I'm doing it at 5th level, by the way.
Oh, I
I've still
should have
got
asked that before, but
level.
yes, that's fine. Still spending the spell slide doesn't really affect DC, so. Do that damage.
I need 4 more.
D8?
No, 5 more, sorry. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I don't have any more.
8,
Can I have my D8 back?
9.
I need it,
How
but
many
do
more do you need?
No,
you
that's
have any
it.
more?
I've got some on my. I've got like.
You only got one. Where are those?
I've got 3. She just took 2.
Oh, I'll just take one.
I've got Kayla's one over there somewhere.
I don't know where my D8's gone. That's sad.
Maybe it's in your bed.
No, I don't tend to roll dice in bed.
47.
47.
Yep.
Wow. Wow. You watch as her form, like some of her muscles shrivel a little bit. You can see like she just howls in pain. And you definitely get this kind of sense of like a hissing sound coming from the bracer as well. She kind of like shrieks and then just kind of stops and is breathing heavy and she's like, I see you've been getting stronger. Good. Good. So have I. What else would you like to do?
Good question. What else would I like to do?
Blight. Bonus action.
Again!
If only.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Sadly, there is rules to prevent double casting for that very reason. Blight.
Blighty, blighty, blight.
Are you going to shift?
How far away am I from Cam?
Prune.
Like 30? 30?
5, 10, 15, 20,
you
25.
I just wanted to do that.
What are you doing?
Just unscrewed this.
You're 25 to here. This isn't really like, it's like a piece of
so I
broken
can't,
platform,
okay.
so.
Okay, it's fine. I haven't thought about what I want to do. I'm going to move a tiny bit closer to him and cast Healing Word as a bonus action for Cam at level 2.
I mean, in theory, by the rules, it's like, oh, you can't cast that, but I don't. That's bullshit. Like, you should absolutely be able to cast fucking Healing Word as a bonus action and another spell. Stupid.
Oh, right, so you can't
is
do
that-
two spells.
It's
Oh,
basically,
okay.
there's a thing, if you
Okay.
ever cast a spell as a bonus action, the only other spell you're allowed to cast after that is a cantrip. I think that's BS. So,
8, 9, 10, 12 HP.
To me?
Yeah.
HP,
Thanks.
like, oh, isn't that nice? You're healing your friends.
It is. It's very nice.
I'm
You should
afraid-
learn how to be nice.
Nice. Where does nice get you? Let me show you where nice gets you.
Your problem is not
Reynard.
with them, it's with me.
No, my problem is with all of you. You are the one that killed my father. But you know who helped? This little fool. And she kind of looks down at Cam. The tiefling. Not that CROWNREND will let me fully kill her today, at least. It's a shame you didn't bring your dark elf friend with you. I would have put him to the metal as well. But no, I'm going to kill your little friend here first, Laura, because I want you to suffer. I want you to watch someone you care about die, like I had to. Reynard. Whilst that little spat is going on, what would you like to do?
So I have a new spell called Ensnaring Strike, right?
Mhm.
So I can.
Nice.
It says next time I hit a creature, a writhing mass of thorny vines appears at the point of impact. Could I use it on, say, the pillar, so the vines reach out to pull the guys that are hanging from the sky?
Maybe. You've never tried it before, you don't know how well it would work. It's
That's-
an interesting theory.
Dumb. That's
But
not
will it
gonna
pay
work.
off?
I'm just thinking.
Let's
that the
find out,
vines-
Brick.
I'm thinking the vines would come out, grab them just to pull them towards
So
me.
it's the point of impact,
Yeah.
and then it's like 5 foot.
Well, it says when I hit target, when I hit a creature, so.
They're
think-
quite far away from the
That's the
pillar,
problem.
that's
They're about 10 feet away from the pillar.
Cool.
I don't think that they would have enough reach. And I think Reynard would know that.
Yeah.
Stab, stab, kill, kill.
Yeah, can I jump across there?
Athletics or acrobatics check, please.
Athletics or
fine.
acrobatics? Yeah, 18.
Yep.
5, so is that 5 or is that
It's 10. 'Cause it's
15, 20, 25, 30. So
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
here. Have I still got line of sight? Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to use Ensnaring Strike on Silval.
Okay. So you do a normal attack, right? Or do you? How's this work?
Oh, it's the next time I hit a creature with a weapon attack.
Okay, there's
before
a
the
bonus
starts.
action to cast, and then you make a weapon attack.
Yeah, so 9, 20.
Oh, Jesus, you got 20 with a 9.
That's 11.
Jesus
That
Christ!
does hit. That does hit.
So I get my.
Your stats are unreal. Why are they unreal?
Well, no, he's really
just
good at
his-
shooting.
it's
He's
just-
really,
yeah,
he's
it's
a marksman.
bonus.
He's a marksman. That's his thing.
So do I get the damage from the attack? Plus
No,
this?
yes, yep.
So I get the Hunter's Mark as well. That was a 3. 9, 14.
14.
So the target has to succeed a Strength saving throw.
Okay. What's the DC? What's your normal spell save DC for your spells?
God knows.
Is it less than 15?
Yes.
Doesn't work. The vines kind of erupt, but the glowing, fiery hand just swipes them all away, and you watch as the vines just kind of get burned to cinders.
And that was a bonus action, wasn't it? Oh, fine.
You can still make another attack, though.
Yeah, I'll shoot again. 22.
Yeah, that hits. Reynard's
17,
here.
Another 14.
14.
And I've done my bonus
You can see that
action,
you're
so-
definitely like, there's several kind of like, like puncture wounds from like these bolts flying into Silval, bleeding. You can see this kind of crimson blood kind of dripping down this white fur. But yeah, in a sick way, it almost seems to be kind of enjoying it, just kind of like, really? I see that you found some new help.
Friendship.
Cam Buckland. Well, on that, Cam Buckland.
Friendship.
And
That's
then,
my action.
Yeah, that's your action. Just didn't announce friendship.
I'm going to invoke one of my trickster abilities and disappear.
Turn invisible.
Cloak of Shadows.
Turn invisible for a round, yes. You vanish.
Fuck off.
Okay, where are you going?
I'm going to
Away.
go.
Still gets attack of opportunity, but does have disadvantage because you're invisible. Doesn't
Your
get
character
sneak
sheet.
attack.
Oh, we got fire on the screen.
Nice.
That's you're not immune. You don't have resistance to fire or anything like that, do you?
I'm immune, yeah.
16 points of damage as Crown Red catches you along the back. Just this claw just. That she
16.
swipes out. Yeah, she swipes out sort of like savagely all around as you vanish, snarling. Just happens to clip you as you're running past.
Don't let it hurt you, it really hurts.
Oh. Acrobatics or athletics check.
15.
Okay. I was like, 15.
I've
Yeah,
got a
you pop
+7
across.
for acrobatics.
Okay, that's all right
I'm
then.
proficient.
Yeah. Technically, these should be athletics, but I've always thought that acrobatics is
I
like.
can't wheel across.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah. Basically, you do like a little flip.
Woo! Alright, I'm going to hide behind this pillar
Okay.
because fuck her.
Okay. So, are you taking a hide action, or are you just literally getting in
I'm just
position?
gonna position
So you
myself
get into position. She snarls out. She's just like, really? Honestly, you think you can hide from me? You do understand I'm a hunter, don't you? Can you give me a stealth check, please?
Does he still have pass without a trace?
He does. You
No, probably not.
blight, right? I'm guessing it's a concentration.
Fucking fuckity fuck.
Yes.
20.
20.
No, 21.
21. She's kind of sniffing the air around. Doesn't actually seem to be able to find you.
Smells like flames. Flamey, flamey, flames.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
she do an acrobatics check for that
She
jump?
doesn't need to.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Look how far she went.
I was waiting for it to fall into
She's a
lava.
wolf.
She looks over, and she looks at you. I don't know who you are, but if you're friends with the law, I'm afraid that somewhat signs your death warrant.
I mean, we're okay.
And she breathes a cone of frost out of her mouth at you. Can you make a dexterity saving throw,
Ugh.
please?
I'm scared. It's 23.
You can take half damage from this.
Oh.
Hang on.
I don't even know what to do.
I'm just wondering something.
11 points of cold damage as this kind of cone of frost envelops you.
Feels but a scratch.
Freezing hot.
Chilling.
And she kind of looks down and she's just like, really? After all of this, I've got your father, I've got Korak. You're going to piss around with some crossbow fiend, casting spells? Come on, Elora, I thought you were better than this. You put a bow next to my father's head and blew it off. Aren't you going to do the same to me?
Oh, don't worry, I'll get there.
Juto.
Is she 30 foot away from me?
I believe she's more than that. I think 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She's 5 foot away.
Okay. Does
Your mic's really low. I just noticed.
Yeah, you probably want to put that up.
boob mic?
No, don't do that. Steve's going to be angry.
So, you know how unarmored movement at 9th level you have the ability to move along vertical surfaces and across liquids? Does liquid hot magma...
You can move across it.
It would burn me though. Okay.
You can move across it.
Can I jump
Really quick.
over the lava?
Acrobatics.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that natural one, that's why.
It's gonna happen to
Yeah,
me.
that's why it's like you've got to make these checks because natural one is a fail. So
No, wait, what? 13, 17.
yes, it's fine. If you roll above a 10, don't bother adding the bonus. If you're making a 5 foot jump, but if you're making anything bigger than that, like jumping up, jumping
From
across.
chains.
Am I within 30 foot of her?
You are now, yes.
I would like to. Key point! Water stance, activate!
Okay, so you spend 2 key points and then you go into water stance.
Activate!
Custom. Glass.
I hope you shout it like that every time you do it.
Water stance.
Activate!
Did you make that up?
You basically
Yeah.
I thought that was the book.
no,
That was Kim.
that was Kim.
That was you.
You pull moisture from the air and you begin a series of movements that move with the ebb and flow of water.
I'd like to do this thing that is water whip, but kind of not.
It's basically you make an attack as if making an unarmed strike, and if you hit, they make a strength save and you can push or pull them.
I am proficient with this attack and use my dex modifier.
It's exactly the same as making an unarmed strike. It's phrased that way because that's how you have to phrase certain things. It's you make it as if you were
So I
making a
roll.
punch.
It's a 10,
What's your punching bonus? It's
4,
no. Attack roll, as if you were making an attack roll with an
oh,
unarmed strike.
18.
Okay, just about hit. So you kind of lash out with this water. It deals the same damage as a punch, and then they make a strength saving throw.
That's 8.
So punch damage.
Yes, and it deals the exact same damage as an unarmed strike. Listen to what I'm saying. It's an unarmed strike, but you get to do a push or pull if they fail a strength saving throw.
What's the... I'm very tired today. My dyslexia is acting up and I can't...
That's fine. That doesn't change me explaining it to you.
8!
8 points of damage. Unfortunately, the whip kind of wraps around her arm, and she yanks on it, and it breaks the water. It doesn't push or pull her, I'm afraid. But you still do the 8 points of damage.
Can I...
It's just like... Not likely.
Extra attack, huh? So it says you can make additional attacks with the extra attack feature as normal, as well as use your bonus.
First line of that ability is once per round. Just like water whip. But you can follow it up. So the idea is that you can water whip someone close to you and then punch, punch, punch. Or you can push them away and then throw darts or whatever it happens to be.
Could I have put a stunning strike in that?
No, it's a ranged spell attack.
Were you not invisible at the time as well?
Yes, I'm no longer invisible.
Oh, okay.
Can I not stunning strike? Can I get close to her and hit her? Can I?
If you've got the movement, yes.
So I've done
You've moved
5 foot.
10 because it was a jump.
10, 15, 20,
I think right next to it.
25,
30, 35,
40.
You can stand on top of the anvil.
I will stand on top of the anvil.
So you're going to kip up onto this anvil.
And I will punch her in the face, and I would like to make a stunning strike, please.
Okay. So attack roll normally.
15.
You throw the punch or the strike. She brings up the crown rend arm, just bounces off the armor.
Tink.
Can I do any more? No.
You can spend key points to flurry and stuff like that as normal.
Oh, there was a thing about flurrying.
Not in water stance.
Fine. Yeah, I'll flurry.
Okay, so spend a key point. You can make 2 unarmed strikes. And did you spend a key point for stunning strike as well, by the way? It's a key point every time. Pling pling. Crown Rend's just... Crown Rend, the arm is almost moving fluidly, kind of anticipating your movements a bit, kind of Neo finding off Agent Smith.
Reacting.
Yeah, just it knows Juto's moves quite well.
22, and I was stunning strike both of those.
Alright, 20... So the first one you rolled a natural 1, that misses, so that was 1. The second one does hit.
And could you make a Constitution saving throw?
Against DC...
No marvel.
Your,
Keep that one.
your key ability DC.
15.
15. That, you kind of hit the nerve, you do damage, no stun.
But doesn't... Wait, 15? How did I set that?
It's based on... It's 15.
Okay.
Let's just go with that. We'll work it out. You do damage, it's normal.
5.
Okay. Yeah, just... the blow connects. Elora.
I'm gonna move around the side here.
Where do you want to move?
And just as far.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Can't actually get any closer to anyone. It's a bit of a useless round. Great.
Have you all been hit?
I have bounced into my...
I'm probably about to be.
No. No, only you.
I think
At
you
the
might
moment.
be right on that, Kate. You are right.
Nothing reaches far enough.
I gave you cake,
I
man.
think.
Cake.
It's only fueling his DM powers.
I gotta play Crown Rend and Silval. At least you have the benefit of you know that they're not gonna kill you.
No, just make it hurt.
They're gonna put you out of the fight.
Should
If they can.
nap her snack.
Nap per snack. Okay.
Do you have an idea of what you want to do? We can go to
No, I'm
Reynard
pretty much,
whilst you're thinking.
I can't really do anything because I'm not close enough, so
Okay.
I'm gonna...
You can take another action. You can take an
Can
action
I
to dash.
actually, can I use my action to dash?
Yes.
And then... How close am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
40.
Am I within...
Probably more like 50 because you're going up.
Sorry.
So
Yeah.
it's 5, 10, 15,
I'm definitely not like
15, 20, 25, 30 would be here. If you're measuring 30 feet.
Never mind. I can't do it.
Okay. You done?
Shoot in the face.
Any bonus
I
actions?
can't...
use
Yeah,
your
I'll
action.
I've used my actions, I can't do...
To dash.
I can't actually...
Bonus?
Reynard.
Healing?
If you think of anything you want to do as a
Heal,
bonus action.
I'll heal Cam again.
Cam is going to be out of
Can
range.
heal Reynard.
Oh.
And he's
30
invisible.
feet, 30 feet is
Oh,
here.
okay.
Never mind, I will do nothing.
Reynard.
So if I leapt from here to grab onto Borak, that's way too high.
You can try. No, you can try. That's 10 feet up, so it's a 10-foot jump up. Tricky, but not impossible.
And from here, like around this
From there, that would add another 5 feet, so you'd only have 5 feet up to go, but you then have 10 feet of distance to cover.
And the chains
Yes.
did you say there were like 50 feet of chains?
It's like,
ceiling is
yeah,
70 feet.
there's 50 feet of chains up to the ceiling, basically.
Wow, okay. So if they were swinging, it would get way beyond like even here.
In theory, yes, although it would probably, you're not sure how much of a swing he'd be able to get without hitting. Well, no, he would actually be above that. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely get a pretty hefty swing on in
Right.
terms of a pivot of an angle.
I want to get my swing on.
Okay.
In a big way. So I want to go.
So you're going to make it. So you move up there, and then you're going to make a jump across.
Jump across.
Athletics or acrobatics, please.
He's got decent ankle.
24.
It's 11.
Okay.
What?
10-foot jump this time. You go to leap, but the momentum isn't there. Keep in mind that these pillars aren't actually there. I'm just using them to hold it up. The ones below are just about the 5-foot ones. Can you give me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Yes. 18.
18. You just managed to grab the lip of this kind of stone platform above the bubbling lava. Korak kind of hanging above you. You still take a little bit of damage, I'm afraid.
What are you doing, Reynard?
23 fire damage as your leg is basically catches your boots, kind of scuff the lava as you scramble up onto this platform. The heat is so intense where you are stood. You are basically stood above magma.
So I'm
Korak
going like
above
5
you.
feet above the...
You are basically underneath Korak there. So imagine that you are underneath him there. I will put you there.
I'm dead. And that was just a movement, wasn't it?
I didn't think it was possible for you to find somebody more foolish than this Buckland, but it seems you have.
Just
leave
Just
it.
leave him.
Just leave
Just
it.
leave him.
Just walk away. Just walk away.
Put Korak back.
Oh God, there's nothing I can do below them.
He's about 20. He's about 20 feet, 15 feet above you.
I want to cast Ensnaring Strike at level 3 this time.
That's a well.
It doesn't give me any extra bonuses, but it does more damage.
Okay.
That's 28.
Yeah, it's gonna hit. Strength saving throw. This one actually does manage to ensnare her.
Wow.
The vines kind of lash out and wrap around.
When restrained by this spell, the target takes 1d6, but at level 3 it'll be 3d6 piercing damage at the start of each of their turns.
Okay, perfect. And they're restrained for now.
So every turn they also have to do a.
So you do the
strength-
damage now, but yeah, every turn they can try and break out. And if they at the start of their turn they take auto damage, and then they can try and break out of it.
Okie dokie.
What you?
And then,
So that'll do 5.
plus also normal crossbow damage as well.
Oh wow, okay, so
Yeah, because you hit
5,
normally.
7,
That's pretty good. That's 18 there. But then add the crossbow damage.
and the crossbow does
Plus Hunter's Mark.
plus Hunter's Mark.
18.
12, 17. So 17 from that one shot.
17 from that one shot plus the 18. So 35 points of damage, is that what you're telling me?
Oh, the 18 is at the start of their turn.
Does it not do it immediately?
No, just while restrained.
Spell time it takes.
Okay, so
26.
my
at
apologies.
the start of each of its turn
Yes, each
Well,
turn,
it's-
yeah.
Until they
until they
free
break.
it
Yeah,
with a
okay.
restraint check.
So it's 17 now. Okay, and then it's going to be 18 at the start of her turn, which is after Cam. And you've got a second attack.
That'll hit.
30?
30 hits, yes.
Because it's restrained, is there any
And another
You have advantage, actually, because she was
roll
restrained.
again? No.
15 damage.
15 points of damage. Okay. So, as Reynard's bolt, you watch as these kind of thorns envelop Sylval, and she's snarling, tearing at them with her clawed hands, ripping them apart. This third bolt just kind of thuds into her chest, and she kind of staggers for a moment, drops to one knee, and all of you now out loud just hear, "No, no, these cretins have already denied me one vessel. Sylval, join with me. Together,
here we
for
go.
one being. Let us fulfill our vengeance."
Can I say something?
You can say whatever you like.
Sylval, don't do it. You will lose yourself.
Do you not think I have already lost everything?
You
Do it!
And you just watch as the armor carapace just covers Sylval's body, basically creating this werewolf armored form. And a voice that is the both of theirs together now kind of echoes through the chamber as she stands up. You watch as the previous wounds just close, the bolts just fall out harmlessly. Yes. Now, we are one. We are vengeance. We shall bring this world of tyrants, of morality, of law to justice. Starting with all of you. Cam Buckland.
I'm going to feign death.
Oh, I should also point out, as the armor kind of takes over the whole body, let me just move to second form. You watch as a pair of demonic wings sprout from her back. And also there is, this creature is demonic horns grow from the head. Fully looking demonic being. Count Buckland, what would you like to do?
I kind of wish I did that as Tuesday.
It
Outside of the
this was the unlocked feature that you never got to. So this is something that you could have done. It does have consequences, but
kind of lose your soul. And
yeah,
kill your mates.
basically, it's pretty much like you actually aren't you anymore.
Yeah.
You're like a symbiote.
But wings.
But wings.
But wings.
And
Can I-
demonic horns.
Yeah.
Try casting banishment.
You can try. Yeah.
So it is a charisma saving throw.
Yep. I'm going to use a legendary resistance. So I automatically save, but that is one of my 3 resistances done.
Is
Okay.
she still bound?
She technically is still bound.
Okay. So just turned into this form, but still.
It's like these
Here's some
vines
damage.
are like wrapped around the legs. That was your action, Cam Buckland.
Bonus action,
You're not you know you're not invisible anymore as well, right? Because that only lasts a round. So
I'm going
I mean, she does have a
to
pressing target in Juto.
healing word myself.
Okay, yep, do that. While you're doing that, Sylval's go.
Well, it's nice to know you guys.
Ooh, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's gonna go
At
after
the end
you
of your
again.
turn, Cam Buckland, you watch as the gemstone on the bracer conjures a long flame-like whip, and it tries to grab you. That is an 18. That's your AC, isn't it? So you're going to take 6,
Nothing.
12 points of fire damage, and then a strength saving throw, please.
16.
This whip kind of like wraps around like your arm or your leg or something like that, and you can feel it go to pull you. You pull out Nimbus and just cut the flame lash, and it kind of whips away. She kind of snarls. Yeah, you feel this intense burning around your thing. She just snarls. That was at the end of your turn. On her turn, she takes the 18 points of damage. This is in second form. And then she'll attack Juto first, and then she'll try and break free. Okay. She launches at Juto with a flurry of attacks.
Disadvantage?
Why?
Restraint?
She's restrained.
I think you have advantage. Creature has disadvantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. Okay, in that case, she will attempt to hit you first, and then she'll try and break free. 19 with the disadvantage. Thought that might still hit.
Is that the same for the whip thing?
Spell attack, I don't know if it would.
Okay.
Technically it would have, but it's
Using
done
the
now.
hand to do it.
Hey, I
had a
give you
bad
guys
week.
loads of those. 10 points of damage, Juto, of which 3 is fire damage, so actually it's going to be half that, 1, so that's actually going to be 8 points of damage total.
Okay.
So you take 8 points.
Okay.
Are you doing anything? You look like you're about to do something.
Hellish Rebuke.
Okay, it's fire damage, right?
Yeah, he's immune, isn't he?
Yeah. Just washes over Armored Crownrend.
I'd still like to do it though.
Did you think that would have anything? Did you think your little flames could hurt me?
No. But I wanted to remind you of good times.
And then she's going to try and break out of the thing. What is your DC there, Reynard?
15.
15. This time she basically manages to like just rip the legs free, steps to the side, and then will attempt to attack.
Completely out now.
Yeah, and then we'll attempt to hit Juto. 18 to hit you, Juto.
What do you think?
Right, so that's going to be. I'll work this out separately because you've got fire resistance 9. That's 11 points. Fire resistance already counted. And then she's going to attempt to bite you. Nom nom nom. 25. That is going to be 6. That's 10 points. This time with an icy cold, so you do not resist any. Just like these 2 slashes with these armored claws, and then she sinks these demonic teeth into you.
How much, sorry?
That last one was 10.
21 total.
Okay.
And yeah, she just savagely attacks you with all of these blows.
Savage blowing.
It's now Juto's go. Yes, it is. You are currently in Wasser stance.
I've done 2 amazing spells
You
that
have.
have had no effect.
You have good ideas, both of them.
Thank you, Mark.
They were tactically sound. Dominate person would have basically ended the fight. Banishment would have given you a minute to just basically get the others free and then fuck off.
They're banished.
Huh?
Because if they're from that plane,
Yeah, that's the difficulty.
Can I do
Crownrend
2?
isn't from a plane, he's an artifact. He's not
Yeah.
a demonic creature.
He's an asshole.
You would have banished him for a minute though.
there aren't even planes in D&D. It's old school technology, isn't it?
That's right, yeah, you're right, I'm sorry, yeah. And there's no planes. Hello.
Can I do 2 things?
What would you like to do?
One, I just want to ask you before
Yep.
I do. One, do the water whip, not water whip thing, and then end my stance.
No, because making the water whip thing is as part as an attack, which is an action. Ending water whip stance is an action to end the stance and get the benefit. But then you could use a bonus action to go into a new stance. So you make water whip as part as a normal attack, and then changing stance is ending a stance early is an action.
Oh, I don't know what to do, Mark.
Just punch,
I'm
fight.
still getting used to this.
I know.
We all feign death at once.
I don't know what to
Should
do
be
at all.
Can I
I'm literally
fight
just.
and do water whip?
Yes, yeah, that's the whole point of water whip. Is you use it in place of one of your attacks, but then you make all of your other attacks as normal.
Okay, I will use water whip then.
Okay, so you make the water whip attack, which is an unarmed strike.
Ah, fuck my life.
That's going to miss. The
It's
whip
10.
is just knocked to the side, splashes in the air. You can make normal attacks as follows. You may also flurry as normal.
I just want to sit down and cry, Mark.
You can do that. Do you want to sit down and cry?
It's a whole action though.
It is an action.
And
If
it's
you want to
concentration.
stand and cry, it's a bonus action.
Yeah.
But sitting down.
But half your movement's gone, right?
Yeah. D&D jokes.
13 plus 8.
That is going to hit. Normal punch. Punchy punch.
6.
6
All
points.
6.
Let's just all rely on Reinhardt
24
and his
points.
new little book.
You lash out with a punch. Are you spending key points to flurry?
I've gotten to the end of this book like 3 times now, and I've found nothing I can do.
What is the answer?
You count out your key points left.
Yeah, flurry is.
Key point management.
Okay, I'm going to flurry,
Okay, make 2 unarmed strikes.
and I will make the first one a stunning.
Okay.
Natural 20!
Okay, so critical hit, so double your damage.
Yeah. Yeah,
Make
boy.
the stunning strike save.
Double my damage, so 1 dice doubled.
8!
Okay, Jesus, that is very loud.
So
So 16
16.
plus your normal damage bonuses,
Plus 4.
so 20 points. On the stun, I failed it. I'm going to use a legendary resistance to succeed.
Oh, fuck off!
That's 2 though.
That's
of-
2.
Yeah, but you
However
did
many.
get full. You did got full damage.
Yeah.
did
crit,
And you have
so
another
that's-
attack, and
that's
you have another
pretty
attack.
good.
Make him resist
11
everything.
plus 8.
Yeah, that's how you've got to do. 11 plus 8,
Yeah,
19. That's going to hit.
I would also like to stunning strike this one as well.
Have to say when you make the attack roll.
Oh, sorry. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 points. So that's going to be 53 damage total. You just start pummeling Sylval, and you can sense that you did strike with like one of these kind of palm strikes to try and stun them. There was a moment, but then it kind of savagely starts fighting back as you start fending it off. At the end of your turn, Sylval kind of flies down and
pencil?
flies away. No attack of opportunity. Also legendary action, where she basically like whoosh, the knock of air kind of stuns you for a moment, and she flies down to Cam Buckland. Elora.
So she's now 30 feet away from me. Yes.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is here.
So
She's
can I
35. You could
move
jump
so
across,
that
yeah.
She is 30 feet away.
Yeah, you'd have to jump across to here. Acrobatics or athletics if you'd like to.
So I'm gonna have to, but this is where I'm gonna.
Do you want that one?
Got it.
I'm gonna use luck. To succeed.
That's fine. I mean, with your new strength as well, like you use strength for athletics, so.
Do I?
So you leap across, yeah, strength athletics.
Oh, I've got that wrong. That's wrong on my
You
stats.
should change that.
I'm gonna blight her again. 4th level.
Okay.
This time.
Sure.
Con
save. I fail. I'm not going to use legendary resistance. I'm going to learn from Chris Trott's mistakes.
It wasn't a mistake. It was an amazing
role-playing
moment.
Yep.
In our personal campaign, which we'll never hear of.
That I talked about loads.
Yeah.
Okay, so big old damage pile. Oh, that's some pretty good looking damage.
It wasn't as good as the last one. So a can't
Do you
math.
want me to do it?
8, 9,
20, 27, 29,
I can't
30, 34, 40.
Wait,
40.
40 points of damage. That's pretty good.
Wait. Is it 18?
I trust Tom. He's not cheat.
I ain't no cheater. Speaking of cheating, I realised my Hunter's Mark is no longer on.
41.
Yeah.
Oh, you missed the
41.
one.
You
there.
missed the one.
You missed the one, Tom.
Sorry.
That is.
This is why we double count our damage.
That is really good.
That 1 point.
The armor seems to crack and bend. You hear again this kind of unholy scream. No! I will not be killed by the likes of you.
And then I'm going to. Can I
You
again?
murdering, insignificant, pathetic.
Yeah.
Just
sure.
like screaming these horrible words.
I want to use my bonus again to heal Cammy
word.
the Spectand again a little bit. I know it's a bit shit, but sorry, Cam.
Okay,
Um,
go for it. Reynard, it's going to be your
oh
go.
no.
Oh, jeez.
Oh god, that's literally like 6 points. That was shit. Sorry.
Better than nothing.
I just want to jump back onto more sturdy ground.
2 ones.
Through here. Oh, that's okay.
Jumping up is hard
Oh, so
because it's 5 feet up. That is 5 feet up from the platform, so you're not only going 5 feet across, you need to get 5 feet up as well.
Because this
I
block
mean, either
isn't
way,
essentially
you have
there.
5 feet up.
Yeah, or 10 feet across, yeah.
I'll go here. And
Okay.
up, and
So athletics check, please. Should be okay.
Oh, it's a
got
12.
plus.
Plus. Where's my character sheet gone?
It's the front there.
Oh, it's that one. No?
That
Is it
one.
there?
It's right there.
I thought I handed it across
Panicking.
already.
Oh my god.
What was it? Acrobatics or athletics?
Athletics, yeah.
18.
Athletics. 18, yeah, more than enough. You kind of leap up, you vault up, pull yourself up behind. You can see this creature in front of Cam Buckland.
Yeah, I knew where my character sheet was. That was just dramatic.
Tension.
Yeah.
Nice.
I want to. I mean, once again, I'm just going to ensnaring strike it at level 3.
Okay.
So 24 to hit.
Passes the save on this one.
Balls.
unfortunately.
Still damage.
I only do 11 damage on that shot.
Okay.
Plus 100 mark.
No Hunter's Mark anymore. I wasn't meant to have it after I used ensnaring strike last time.
Oh.
And another shot, 21,
Just roll, Tom, like
and a 7 for damage.
7 on that one.
And then. So did you say there was a gem on?
Yes, you see a
Primary,
bright
yeah.
red ruby bracer on the right arm.
I want to throw Exul specifically to
Okay, make an
smash
actual
into
attack.
that thing. That's 15.
15. You watch as Axel goes to strike it, the gem kind of pulses, and Axel is nearly knocked away. Like it's like as it's kind of bounced away. Doesn't have any effect.
Okay.
At the end of your turn, you watch as some of the wounds on Sylval begin to close.
What?
So we go down to. Okay.
Yeah.
And there is something, before there was these kind of blue eyes that were watching, even through this kind of demonic helm thing. She just looks down and you can see this creature's breathing heavy, just like, no, CROWNREND has given me the strength. I won't let you kill me like you killed my father. And you just watch as this berserk rage overcomes the creature, and she goes pretty apeshit against Cam.
Why me?
Because you're next to
All
her.
of your characters are
Doomed.
Yeah, pretty much. It sucks.
Nope. This has advantage. 21 to hit.
That'll do it.
26 points of damage as this claw strikes at some sort of weak point, cutting you into vital organs and that sort of thing. Just tears through. Oh, sorry. Well, how much did I say? 27?
I can't remember now.
26. It's actually 28. She adds 2 for raging.
Raging.
Barbarian
How many
style.
fucking things is she?
Barbarian rogue.
What
Okay.
are you? What have you got left?
She then goes to swipe you again.
8 HP.
That was a natural 20.
I'm definitely down. There's no point rolling.
If I can do more than half your hit points, then it doesn't matter. But I don't.
Even if he has
What's your total hit points?
60, you have to get 126.
No, I mean half of your. What's your maximum hit points? Normally
63.
63. So that would be 31. If I dealt more than 31 points of damage,
Right.
then that's auto. Bleh.
even
Would
with
it be
light
31?
form.
That's the only thing with Lightborn. It wouldn't do that.
Wait, does he
and it's
hasn't
not
used
gonna work.
Lightborn
No,
today?
he hasn't. So he's going to be fine. Well, he'll be on 1. I just wanted to see the damage. Actually, would have been pretty close. You drop to 0. Lightborn kicks in. You watch as Cam's body kind of falls to the floor. This kind of like 1 hit point Cam comes back. Your hair blazing, sending golden light spilling through the thing. She looks down. And I've seen this trick before, or at least CROWNREND has. You're not much of a threat now. And she is going to put a boot against your chest. She still has more attacks. That is you're prone, so she has advantage. She had advantage anyway because she was recklessly attacking. This is going to put you to 0. It's going to be 12, 17, 22. That is 30 points of damage.
Son of a bitch.
So you're on you're on 0.
I just have like a brief moment.
And then
Everything's fine for that.
it's just like the hair dims, Cam is on the floor. She looks over. Now, the rest of you. She does still have 1 attack. She's going to need to move. So she's going to fly. And then try and attack Alora.
Sure, bring it, bitch.
She's going to attempt to bite you, I'm afraid, Alora.
Great.
Oh,
That is a 16.
Just.
Just. So you're going to take 8 points, 10 points, sorry, because she's raging. And I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw. No, Charisma saving throw.
I'm gonna use luck. 15. Still.
There is a cold chill that almost runs through your body, but you've seen what it did to your father, and you're not prepared for it to do the same to you. You resist the lycanthropy, which means you're immune to it for 24 hours. So there is no more risk of you taking it.
That's new.
No, that was before as well. You saved them
I
the
just
last
didn't
time.
know.
Yeah, you just didn't know. That is Silval's turn, which it means it is Juto's go.
Question.
Yes.
What does inspiration do again?
Inspiration means you can have advantage on a single roll of your choice.
Okay.
I think you've probably got. I think you're the only person that I've ever given it to.
Yeah,
So
before you just didn't do it.
that's why it took
I
me
don't
by
think
surprise.
we've
I'm like,
ever
oh, yeah.
had inspiration ever.
Early on, I think.
Yeah, it was like mega
It was
early on. I gave
ages
it to you.
ago, yeah. I've had
It's
it on
just
my
it
character
just gives you
sheet.
advantage on 1 roll.
I would like to go over to Cam Buckland
Okay. Can you
and
do that? Yeah. you
dribble a greater healing potion into his face.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So it's 40 feet of movement. Greater, you said.
Yes.
With D4. So 44 plus 4. 3. 5. 7. 9. 13 hit points back to Cam Buckland.
Yay.
How many are you off?
Hmm?
How many? What's
Can I
your-
also water whip, or is that
50.
asking too much?
You're still in water
Just
stance,
wondering
aren't
when
you?
it
So
works.
yes, you can.
I got some shit.
So there.
It's an 11 on the dice.
Plus 8, 19.
19. Natural 20 on the saving throw. So she's not pulled, but you do damage as normal.
5.
5 points. That's going to bring it to... Okay. You watch as like the water smashes against the back of the armor, cracking some of it. She just turns around. Oh, we'll get to you soon, little demon. Don't worry.
Can I do any more attacks?
No.
help Count Buckland up?
Yeah, you can bring him to his feet.
Okay, I'll pull him up. Get up, Buckland!
Why is it so mean?
Elora.
I'm gonna bonus action Earth Elemental and smash her face in.
Okay.
Yay! There she is!
This is what we want. This is what people want to see.
Woo!
Give them what they want.
Show me what you got!
It didn't matter because Kim hit her anyway, but you do have advantage on all attacks against her because she's
On all
reckless.
attacks? Oh, because she's reckless. Well, good job. I didn't even see what the first one was. Was it a 5?
5.
Oh,
which
for
is-
fuck's sake, fuck
she
my life.
nimbly flies up into the air, dodging out the way.
Again.
That's better.
16.
That dice tray and that dice.
No, it's
hate
not.
you.
It's every dice.
That's
It's
true.
every dice.
You've made some saving throws.
With
With
luck.
So the second attack, however, the first slam kind of smashes down. She leaps up into the air. The other, a big stone fist, bam, comes sailing through the air.
13.
13 points. No, let me do that. Yeah.
Indeed.
Just kind of clipping her. She kind of stumbles, the wings flapping. Reynard.
Oh, jeez. I've got no more level 3 spell slots. I want to just keep ensnaring, just on repeat. But
At the end of Elora's go, sorry, I'm going to take a legendary action. Yeah, Juto did hit her. No, because his cameraman doesn't want to kill her. No, go on, you take your go.
sure.
He's
Yep.
deciding who he wants to kill.
I'm trying to work out the two conflicting RP personalities and what they would want to do.
But they are one now.
Not fully.
Um,
I mean, you're not going
How
to
much
convince
does Crownrend control when in that form?
them. You don't know.
well, Silval spoke earlier.
Pretty much all the way.
Really?
Silval was
There's
still
definitely, you
speaking.
can definitely hear there is like some of the things that Silval is saying, or this being is saying, is definitely Silval.
Yeah.
But you don't know exactly the elements of this. Juto never reached this level of connection with Crownrend, so you don't know.
But she was losing control beforehand.
Man, this place is difficult to navigate, isn't it? All right. Just going to keep shooting at him. 24.
Fuck's sake!
This is good.
I'm an idiot.
6 damage. 24.
6 damage on that last one.
6 and then 7, so...
Okay, so 13.
total.
Do you not get pluses to those as well?
Yeah, so...
You just
Yeah, you
rolled
did,
low.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
2
rolled
plus
low.
5.
Oh, right, I thought
It's
it
just
was...
bad rolls.
So ping ping, 2 crossbow bolts fly through.
5,
Bam!
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then Axial as well.
Well, Axel was actually over here.
Oh, did I not?
Still- it would still
you
reach
So
them.
5, 10, 15, yeah, easily enough.
Oh, cool.
So Axel flies
on
over.
Ooh, that was an 18.
18 plus 8.
That's going to hit.
26.
Yep.
1d6
Axel hits.
plus 4. 6.
6 more.
Still.
All adds up. All
Yeah,
adds up.
that's chipping away.
Chips, and you can see that Axel is actually chipping away at some of the carapace armor, slashing and bashing against it on the back.
Slashing and bashing.
At the end of your turn, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
You're counting that wrong. Cam's that way.
She looks up. I don't know who you are, but I'm done with your little pesky bolts. The flame whip kind of appears, whoosh, lashes up towards you.
And I...
That reaches far. Oh no.
It's 30-foot range. 19 to hit you. Does that hit you?
Yeah.
And then strength saving throw. That was a 2, I believe.
Well, I mean, I rolled that before you said strength saving throw. If I'd have known.
Plus 6.
Okay, I got 8.
You'll be fine, don't worry.
You take 18 fire damage,
Oh, that's fine.
and then you are pulled 25 feet.
It's a whip.
Can I try and grab him on the way past?
Yes. But it will provoke an attack of opportunity, because I think it would make sense
On
if
me,
you're...
that's
yeah,
fine.
Yeah, exactly. I thought you'd be fine with that. It'd probably be a dex saving throw to catch him in time.
I'm sorry, Tom, but you're against my dice.
And 18
Nope, probably not. What was it? What?
dex saving throw.
Yeah, no.
It's going to be quick enough.
Okay.
You're
Sorry.
also going to take, an 18 to hit you. What's your AC in Elemental?
17.
Yeah, so you're going to take, that's only 8 points.
Of what kind of damage?
Well, it's magical slashing and fire damage.
How much, sorry?
9.
You said 8.
Huh? 8. I said 8. I thought I said 9.
Who's cheating now?
I suppose I have a reaction.
Super
to this.
important.
You are pulled, yanked forward, and you are in lava.
I'd like to use inspiration. I don't have any.
And can I borrow some D10s, please?
Wait, but could I do a reaction?
Oh,
thing?
Christ.
No, that's the whole point.
So we
You
can't-
literally failed this save and are pulled into lava.
Christ.
What if I told you I want to
Sweet
grab
bit.
Axial and with the momentum glide across
Axel's
the
on the
rest
other
of-
side.
No, it's not. It flew across from
It's
here.
flying across there.
Can't put it there.
No, you're literally yanked. You're going to take the damage. You can do it next turn to get you out and
Could I
things
do
like
like
that.
a legendary dex save? I don't want to die.
I get the pleading.
How many d10s do you need?
I need
Just
A lot.
this
10.
many.
How many is this many?
That's going to be
Oh, shit.
Oh, God. Lava's bad.
It really fucking is. It's like,
35 fire damage
Still alive?
For this
I
turn.
know. You need to get out of
for
there
this turn.
for this turn.
As you're in it, you
Take
basically,
your turn.
your boots are basically being eaten, your part of your arm is just scalding, burnt, it's basically blackened.
I still
As
got
you're
my eyebrows.
and then you're desperately pulling yourself out.
What about my stash? Is that still there?
It's probably pretty singed, it's burning. That was at the end of your go, so it's Cam's go now. That costs 2 legendary actions to do.
Oh, God. What can I do from here?
Yo.
Me?
Be Cam Buckland, man.
I saw Reynard go in, right?
He's literally this is all happening at the same time, so it's not like this is afterwards.
You can
You're
see
watching,
through there 'cause that pillar's
yeah, you're
still there.
watching Reynard fall in and splashing, and lava's burning him, and he's in pain.
Right.
He's probably screaming.
I'm going to hop to the space underneath Altadon
Yep.
and try and grab him.
Okay, so acrobatics or athletics?
This is going to go really well.
Yeah, you could hop onto that one, which isn't underneath Altadon, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, so you leap across. It's not really an action. You basically help pull him up. You can pull him up onto the one next to you as
Up
well.
you come, birdie boy.
And so you get him out of the lava, basically.
Pat him down.
How long have those platforms been there?
It's always been there.
Oh,
It's just around the front.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah, you kind of pull him up onto the one
Yeah,
underneath
that's what I
Altadon. You can see that, he's got some terrible burns all over his body from this lava.
I'm going to cast Mass Cure Wounds where I am.
Mass Cure Wounds!
Do this.
Okay.
You pick
Praise the
who
sun.
You pick who you do that to, right?
Slight semi
Okay.
as I
All right.
beam.
How many creatures and
It's
how
a
much? more?
30-foot radius.
That's pretty much everyone.
Choose
You're
up to
gonna
6
get-
creatures.
You choose. Thank fuck for that. I was
No,
like,
you
you're gonna
wouldn't-
get.
no, you wouldn't
some-
heal.
Juto, Reynard, Altadon, Korak.
You can hit all
Me.
of you. Yeah, you can
All
hit
of
all
us.
of us. Yeah. 6 creatures within 30 feet.
Oh, you can even get me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay!
6
3d8s
creatures. 3d8
Plus whiz.
plus whiz.
You got.
It's great. Big spells.
You got enough?
Oops. 14 plus 4, 18.
18
Elemental.
is 8. 34,
The semi
You healed
goes
yourself,
away.
right?
4, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heal myself. So that's-
I'm fully healed.
Dankeschön.
What's your legendary action, Mark?
At the end of your turn,
There we go.
she
Is she
flies.
moving? Can
You
I?
don't get attack from
Why?
It's part of
flying.
the action. This is a very common movement action for.
There's no
legendary
space for you.
actions. She's flying directly above you, just flaps, just like, I've had enough of you and your god and your meddling ways.
You think I don't feel the same way?
Make a strength check. Strength saving throw. Well, no, strength check. Sorry.
Don't worry, this will be a nat 20. Nat 1.
Fuck my life.
Fucking
Pick you
hell.
up.
Ah!
Right.
This is it.
Drops you in the lava.
Can we leave?
Fuck.
This is it.
Ted's back.
Cam's had a very bad day.
You've already like
I don't know how
awakened
to
once,
bring you
haven't
back from this. I don't know what to do.
It's going to be.
You've got space on the platform.
I was lucky.
Thank you.
How many hit points you on?
30 right now.
Take 51 fire damage. And you are in the lava. And we're going to have to end there because Steve just put up a message saying it's time to wrap up.
No.
Wait, no, it's not. We've got 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Okay, 4 minutes. Cam is dropped into the lava.
Unconscious.
Silval flying above him. Juto.
Question.
Yes.
Can I do that? And would that affect? Lava.
Yeah, it for a time being, it won't be powerful enough, because obviously that area that you affect, the rest of the lava is still hot,
Would
and
it
it will melt
damage
it quickly,
him?
and it will. It won't damage him.
What about that? If I use that just to.
That would damage him because it's force. It's like literally whipping somebody with force. It's not like a tentacle. It's like you're literally smashing somebody or wrapping around them and yanking them. I'd say you could maybe do it.
Ooh. I could maybe do it. What?
I'd say you could, like, the freezing thing would definitely, like, it would stop it burning him next turn. If you froze the area around it, you could literally be like, freeze it, it would stop it from killing him next turn, basically.
If I cast levitate on him.
He is unconscious. You don't control the levitation, the target of the spell does.
Protect from fire?
Will give him resistance to fire.
Not immunity.
I don't know. I just.
I know.
What if I whip and try not to hurt him? But just
You can try that, yeah, you can try.
But how much damage do I need to roll to kill him?
You can try and whip and pull him through. That's all I can tell you.
But will I damage him?
You could
Maybe.
freeze though.
You could freeze the area around him and it will stop it burning.
Is it your turn now, Judy?
It will slowly resort back to lava because it will melt again, but...
I don't know.
So
how
it's
to
your
kill
turn.
him.
It's my turn after you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you
Okay.
freeze the lava, at least gives me a chance
Freeze.
to pull him up.
Right. Okay.
Wouldn't damage.
I would like to. It's a 20-foot.
20-foot cube. So you'd basically be... The best way to do it would be to probably move here
there.
and then...
Do
Because
that.
then you can also
Get her
potentially
as well.
get her in it as well.
Okay. I will end my stance, please.
Okay, so Juto moves up to the edge, and you can see that where she's been using this water whip, she's kind of pulling moisture out of the air and like using it to like try and grab or like knock people away. This time she kind of pulls the water from the moisture and throws it in this kind of large spread, and it freezes as it hits instantly. She gets to make a strength saving throw against you, which she passes. She's not restrained.
No, it says any creatures in the area must make sure dex saving
Dexterity
throw.
saving throw. Well, okay, so that was 6 plus 8, so 14.
And then what would my thing?
I think she was 15, so she's
15.
restrained.
15. So
Oh no, she's flying. What am I
She's
talking
flying above.
about? So she would 20-foot cube. She was flying higher than 20 feet. She was flying 30 feet up in the air. So yeah, the cube won't hit her.
Lame.
But you do freeze all the lava around Cam. Cam is stuck in it, like it's literally, it kind of solidifies and it cools down, and he's kind of stuck in it unconscious, but you don't think it's hot enough to burn him at this current point. But you can now see the edges are slowly beginning to melt and revert back to lava, ever so slowly. So that was your action.
Cast protect from fire.
Action is casting spells.
Yes, Mum.
So I think that is...
Attack her? I want to attack her. Let me attack her. Can I attack her? I want to sneak in. Just...
Learn the rules, please. Action is... No.
Action's an action.
Elora.
I'm going to. Can I leap
Can I move?
onto the frozen area?
Yes.
Let me move. Let me move.
And
You can, if
can
you want to
I?
move, yeah, you can move.
Can I?
Make a thingy check while you're doing this. While Katie's doing this, yeah.
Can I? With being strong and elemental,
You can just
pull him
smash.
out.
Yeah. it's
Can
just
I
easy.
pull him out?
Uh-huh.
And
Basically,
I
you're
want
landing on top
to
of him.
get him.
Nice.
So she's above still.
She's like flying about 30 feet up in the air.
Can I go and put him in this corner next to Juto?
Put him down. Yep.
I made a 15, by the way.
Yeah, it's easy enough.
Jump across. Done?
Guard him.
Yeah, stand
just
over
kind
him.
I want to stand so that all of my body is completely protecting Cam from Silval.
Yeah, and I'm in
Every
front of him
single,
as well.
like,
You basically
the entire
you turn
form.
your back on her and
Yeah.
just like wrap
completely,
around it.
like,
Okay.
yeah.
There is no way she can reach him. You are literally engulfing his body. However, it basically means that she'll have advantage if she chooses to attack you. Yeah, I know. It's just awareness. Okay, so you completely enshroud him, cover him up completely.
Yep.
Reynard.
Everyone left. Didn't they?
All over there.
5, and I'll jump that, sorry. 16.
Christ.
Ha! What ho!
Like, I'll just jump. I'll just
I want
jump.
to jump again.
Yeah.
17, so it jumps.
Fucking-
Ha!
Every time you roll that
It's not
dice.
really haha anymore.
It's like
and do you want to finish now, or did you want to keep going?
You can use your round.
I will.
I think we're going to go to the end, probably the end of this round.
20.
Yeah.
Bonus action. I want to Hunter's Mark in.
You can do that.
Before the roll,
Yes,
or okay.
yes.
Hunter's Mark.
Yes.
Um,
I trust you to just remember it when it's up.
5, 6, 11, and then 16 damage.
16?
Yes.
Shit. Okay.
Does 28 hit?
28. 28 does indeed hit.
Shit.
8, and then another 13.
You watch as like some of the armor is now beginning to crack and fall away, exposing this kind of scarred white fur. And she's like, "Ah, you."
Oh. The gap in the armor. Axial.
Okay.
Oh,
Axel
I
flies
forgot
forward.
about Axel. I always forget about
Can
Axel.
Axel get there?
I'm crying.
5, 10, 15, 20, yeah.
That's probably not.
It's like 30 feet up, but it would have just done that.
12.
Diagonal.
12 to hit, not enough. She dances out of the way. Cam Buckland, a death saving throw if you would.
7 is a fail.
It's a fail, 1 check mark.
10 or more.
You watch as Silval is kind of turning around. She's just like, we can't kill him. She's protecting him. We can't reach him. Shut up. And begins obviously arguing at some point in her head. So, Will. Keep forgetting I've got uncanny dodge. I should be halving some of your fucking damage. It's me being dumb. Don't worry.
Uncanny dodge is difficult to remember.
She's too angry. She's too
stopped
angry.
using it. I've not been using this fear either.
Oh, don't we have advantage on her because she's rage?
No, well, she didn't that previous couple
That turn,
turns.
yeah.
Yeah, she's been using her flame lash. She does this turn, however, as she is going to attack Juto. Juto, 4 attacks are coming your way. What? And she has advantage on these as she attacks recklessly. That's cocked. I'll roll that again. That is going to be a 24.
What do you think?
Yeah, I know, but I have to say it out loud for the fucking stream, don't I? That is going to be, so that's 7 regular hit points, and then it's going to be 2 fire damage for you, so that's 9. And then sneak attack damage. So 9 plus another 9, so 18 on the first hit.
How's sneak attack?
She has
like
advantage
super fast.
because she has reckless attack. It's a little weird bonus of being a barbarian rogue, I guess.
Sneaks a claw in. You
Yeah.
wouldn't expect it.
Where did that come from?
That's also going to hit you, but no sneak attack now. So that's going to be 8 plus 1, 9, another 9. So it's 18 plus another 9. That's cocked. That's not. It's 11, another 11 on top of that, and then she tries to bite you. Tell me if you're unconscious.
I'm not.
Okay. Oh, that's actually not going to hit. It's only a 10.
Whoa,
She's just like
Christ.
slashing wildly, and then tries to bite. You're desperately trying to fend her off.
But that was
you don't have the
reckless.
benefits of water stance. It was reckless. She is now has advantage against you. She's almost. You get the sense that she is. Okay, cool. She's desperately trying to tear through Juto to get to Elora. Like the large stock form is there, but she's just almost trying to tear through and make her way to try and kill Cam.
Can we run that ourselves? Just as a thought.
Yeah, I mean,
Can we
if,
do it?
Steve, if you need to
you
leave,
need to go,
if we can just shut things down, I'm sure Trot can do it. So if you need
rather
to shoot
finish
off,
what we're doing.
I'm sure we can do it. We just want to kind of finish this up. That was her go. So, Juto, it's your turn.
Are we finishing the whole encounter?
I'd like to try.
Okay.
It'd be a weird one to try and end on.
Yeah.
Cliffhanger.
Okay. I shut my book because I thought we were.
Well, you know what you want to do, right?
No,
You should do.
wee myself.
Don't do that. It will smell bad, and I don't want to sit here and smell it.
Losers.
You can see that this kind of rage that's overtaken it, like the chips of armor, like there is definitely like a wounded animal kind of sense to it.
Beast? I just need the advantage.
I know.
You're doing fine.
Actually,
exactly
yeah,
as you are.
Well, no, he does do more damage against his favorite enemies. So.
Oh, I
Can
see.
I attack and heal?
What do you mean?
I got a potion. I got a healing potion. It's-
Potion is a
Potion
whole
is an
action.
action. Also, at this moment, you can't really reach Cam. And Earth Elora is completely around him.
Nope. Mine. Nope.
Stun
Precious
but
Cam.
in a way.
You've got advantage against her at the moment because she's reckless.
Yes, you have advantage again on all attacks.
I'm going to just attack her.
Okay.
Straight up. An advantage.
Yeah, you have advantage. She was reckless.
Plus 8. 19.
19 hits.
5, 6, 7.
Okay. Yep.
And then, so that's my punch. No, I got 2 punches.
Yes,
haven't
you
I?
have
'Cause
extra
it's gone
attack.
down. No, because
Yep. You get 2 attacks with an attack action, and then you can spend a key point to do more.
9, 10, 11, 12, 17.
17 is not enough to hit.
Okay.
This one bounces off the armor.
Am I in flurry territory yet?
You can spend a key point to do flurry, yes.
I will
To do
flurry.
2 unarms.
And I will stunning strike on one of these.
Okay.
19 plus
So 15 on the save, so she
8.
passes.
20.
That's a hit. Saves on the stun, but you still do damage.
28. 11.
Nice. She's gonna. No, she's not quite in harm. Like, she has
One more attack.
Yeah. This is what I want to say before.
And fuck it, I'm going to stunning strike on this one as well.
Okay. That's also a save on the stun.
13 plus 8 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 21.
13 plus 8. Why are you rolling a d20 for damage? Oh, to
No,
hit.
it's to
Oh,
hit.
sorry, to hit. Yeah, that hits, yes. I was like, what?
6.
Just 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dice back.
Pummeled. You can see that more of the armor is now cracked and broken away. Just leaving this wounded looking animal really underneath as she's just savagely trying to attack away. At the end of your turn, she's going to attack you one more time with a legendary action. It's fucking cocked.
Is he trying to make us feel sorry for Sylvan?
No.
This poor wounded animal.
I'm just trying to describe the damage that you've already inflicted. So that's going to be 6, 11 more points. Already half the fire damage. Elora.
So she looks really
Yeah.
beat up
Like
now.
you can see that like the constant attacks are just slowly been wearing her down.
Okay.
And just in her recklessness, she's just desperate to try and kill something. And she's obviously honed in on Cam.
I'm going to drop elemental form and put her away, put her away, put her away!
That's exactly how it sounds every time.
I'm going to cast Heal on Cam Buckland, which instantly gives him 70 HP.
Come back with a huge semi.
You cast Heal on Cam Buckland, channeling the power of nature itself. You invigorate him with the new dawn, the spring of life. and he is fully restored. His wounds heal, all the burns vanish.
And I
great.
will step
we're still
in
here.
front of him. So push him behind me, step in front of him, and draw my moonbow and point at her face and just say, I will continue to heal my friends. You will not have them.
Okay, at the end of your turn, she attacks Juto one more time. Trying to get her out of the way. 18. That is going to be, that's a lot better. I've been rolling bad damage on these normal attacks. That's 13,
Darn.
15. That's going to be 17 points.
Good night, Vienna.
Ooh, Juto falls down. And you just hear like, you can keep healing your friends, but I'm going to keep killing them until it's just me and you. And then I'll let your father go to live on at what his daughter has wrought. Just as you killed mine, I'm going to leave yours alone. And that is at the end of Laura's go. Reynard.
Can I technically just, like, you know, sleep in because, like, they
You're
don't want to
unconscious.
kill me? You know, do I need to make death saving throws?
Yeah.
You don't know.
You know,
You do need to make death saving throws.
Crownren doesn't want me to die.
Crownren doesn't want you to die.
He wants to torture me.
How
forever.
weak
Oh,
does
Yeah, you can see she's breathing hard.
white cracks in the armour?
Yeah.
Right, I have fleet of foot. I want to run 60 feet. In the
Yeah.
process, grab Axial,
You're going to jump up, snatch Axul,
snatch Axial, leap up, and while she's turned, focused on Alora and Kim and everyone,
plunge it in the back,
plunge it into the back of, like, yeah.
make a Axul attack but with advantage.
Natural 20.
Reynard leaps up and you just watch as this blade, this kind of sparkling blade, just pierces through the armour. She kind of clutches at this red liquid just oozing out, just like, Crownren, you promised, Father. The werewolf shifts, returning back to basically a naked, pale-skinned elf. The armour falls away, and a single metal bracelet.
It's not
just
over.
Ping, ping, ping.
Ignore that.
You are clearly a worthy warrior. What is it that you're seeking? You defeated my champion.
Cam, get Juto.
So, well, let's do this in order, folks. So that was
where are
Reynard's
we?
go. Reynard, you've moved, you've actioned. Is there anything you would want to do as a bonus action?
So, it's a bracer now. Like, it's on the...
It's like just
You
a
watch
bracer.
as this kind of silvery metal, kind of red, plated bracelet with a large red ruby, and the ruby seems to glow with an inner fire, and just sort of hums there. And you can definitely, this voice in your head is coming from it. Cam, what are you doing? I'm guessing you're going to heal Juto, so we don't need to make death saving throws, so there's no need to be an initiative.
It'll be a healing word.
Sure.
Can I get on the bronze griffin and fly up to these chains?
Yep.
And try and figure out a way of getting them down.
Give me a nature check.
8.
Nature check.
No, 12. Sorry.
12.
Plus my whiz, yeah.
12. I'm
16.
back.
16. Looking at the steel, you'd need something very powerful that can cut through metal. Over time, you could probably melt and heat them and break them apart. Acid or cold would probably do it as well. Acid in particular would be effective. Cold or fire could melt it and eventually you could snap them. However you want to go about it.
Wait.
Human.
Are we still in
What do you
initiatives?
seek?
No, not really.
Alright, can I say, I can polymorph one out, so you don't have to hurt them. You just grab them from underneath.
Would that work?
I'll make them into like a little bunny rabbit.
Can actually, before we do this, can I see anywhere where we can turn off this lava
Give me a perception
within the
check.
room? Because
Yeah, perception check.
22.
22. Up near the anvil, the adamantine anvil, there's something strange about about the statue, this large dwarven statue holding up the things. As you go over to investigate, there is actually, you find that hidden just behind it, likely where Sylvar was hidden, you think invisible, is a chain, and that seems to be connected. You give it a tug, the valves kind of shut, and the lava begins draining away, reducing the heat. Those of you who are next to Sylvar's body, by the way, she's pretty much naked. The kind of transformation into a werewolf like tore apart her clothes, and CROWNREN'S transformation seemed to do the same thing. There is, however, two things on her body still. A headband, silver metal kind of shaped, framing her face with a gemstone, a moonstone, an opal, in the middle, and a gold ring around her finger. Those are the only two things that she still has on her. The chain, as you pull it, seems to... The other thing you notice is another switch, just kind of a stone switch underneath the hand on this big giant statue.
Should I flick the switch?
Let's get them
Do
down
you think it
first.
will lower? Does it look like it's something that would lower anything?
You don't know.
No. But there's no lava left in there.
The lava is draining away. Within
Okay,
a few seconds, it pours.
I want to
away.
wait till all the lava's gone and then I'll
Okay, you flip the switch. Okay, when you flip the switch, and we'll cover what you're doing while you're waiting. When you flip the switch, a small compartment underneath the anvil pops open. It looks like a stone compartment that something could be hidden in. And it just and pops open. During that time that's all going down, Juto and Reynard. Juto, you just kind of hear just this.
How unexpected. Here we are, once again. I am alone and discarded, without a champion. And you stand with your little friends.
You just kind of hear this kind of dissonant voice.
Can we all hear this, or is it just you two?
Those two at the moment.
Just those two. Okay.
Yeah. Reynard, however, you hear a very different thing.
Yeah.
Very much a...
What is it you're seeking, my friend?
Am I answering him like honestly? Is he like?
You don't know. It's in your head. What? How are you
You're
answering
in
it?
your mind.
I mean,
There is nothing to fear, only answering a question.
just get my friends out of here. Can you do that?
Ah, if you say yes, power. I
Can
can offer
I-
power.
That's not power.
Can I see that Reynard's being crown-rended?
Not really. There's no
Crown-rended.
obvious kind of thing. It's just kind of in your
But
mind.
he's gone deep in thought.
Yeah, you
He's
can see
actually
he
shut
looks-
the fuck up for once.
Yeah, that's true. He is shut up. That's true. Yeah, he's quiet. He's like looking at the bracer.
Can I
Shove him in the lava.
shove him in the lot? Can I? I'm gonna go up to Reynard and say, Reynard, walk away. Don't listen to him.
to her.
Walk away.
She was weak and gave me up. And you saw how easily she fell.
I mean, do I not have to do any checks here? Like, could I just literally just walk away?
It's up to you.
I mean,
I'm gonna hold
Do
him
you just
up as
walk away?
well and just be like,
I'm just gonna look at Xul, look at the
It's
gauntlet.
covered in blood.
I'm just like, this is great. Like, see,
That
yeah.
weapon is nothing.
I mean, come
I
on.
can give you so much more.
This weapon killed Zaval. Like,
Imagine what he would be with both of us.
crossbow too. I've only got two hands.
Ah, yes, but...
Reynard,
I can always
go.
be there.
Okay,
Do not bargain with it.
I'm just gonna walk off and just.
Okay, yeah. Back off.
Back up.
You basically hear it just like,
No, don't leave. Do not go. Do not listen to us.
it's like constantly in your mind, like constantly pressuring you.
Can I invoke through divination, please?
You're gonna. So
Yeah.
what is your prayer?
My
Campbell?
prayer is, Dear Avandra, it is your favoured son, apostle,
Oh, I see. Okay, that's new.
Camulus Aroon Buckland, here today with a plea. I've had a really fucking shit day of it, and regardless, I have never broken faith with you. Throughout all of it, I only ever thought of you, and this day I would ask one thing in return. There is something that has cursed us for a long time. It's cursed everybody, in fact. Sylval, even though she was a bitch, she was cursed and killed, ultimately, because of it. And I would like this thing away from all of us, please.
Would you like me to roll, or would you like to roll?
You can roll.
So this is your level 10. So 10 or below. 3.
Oh, it
That's nuts.
That is like 10%
out of
chance of
100,
working.
That is
out of
literally what I
100.
rolled. Like, I don't know if you can
Divine intervention.
Literally 3. There is an audible pulse of energy radiating out from Cam. After a few seconds, the stone above you rumbles and a rip of glowing white energy appears, descending from this portal.
I'm like licking my hand and like getting my hair nice and getting ready.
Ready for a fight.
Can I turn
Holy
back
shit,
to
here she comes.
Crownrend?
Yeah, you can. You saying anything or?
Well, I don't know what's going to happen yet, but I'd like to
Okay.
say something if it looks like it's going.
A woman with feathery angel wings, wrapped in a white robe that kind of spills out all around her, with golden braces and carrying a two-handed sword with blue skin, descends down. It kind of floats down, lands in front of Cam, bends a knee, kind of holding the sword.
Holy shit. Sorry, I don't know if I should curse.
Camulus Buckland. I believe you asked for help recently. Your lady has sent me to assist you.
You're a henchman. Oh, thank God I thought it was you.
I am a planetar, a great servant
A
of
what?
her lady. A planetar. I am an angel. Looks down. I do not know the full extent of your request, but my lady has said that there is something you need to be removed from your presence, an unholy thing.
I point at the bracer.
She looks down. She waves her hand. Yes, that is quite the abomination. An infernal device crafted by the demon lords and archdevils of the nine hells. I won't ask how you are aware of such a device, but it cannot remain on this plane. It cannot be destroyed by mortal means. But your lady knows many good hiding places far beyond the reach of any. If you wish, I may take it away and secure it in these places.
No, yeah, you should.
Wait
Yeah.
a moment. I'm just going to...
Lord Camulus, shall I wait?
You may wait.
Very well. The sword is sheathed in an enormous scabbard at her
How long have we
side.
got?
I will complete the task, but you do not have forever. I have important business I must attend to.
I'm just going to kneel by the bracer.
You cannot let this creature take me, little demon. It represents everything that we despise. Power over others, morality.
Crownrend, I want to thank you for what you showed me. And I will also say goodbye. And I hope you eventually find peace.
No.
And perhaps,
Take me.
as you think upon it,
Do not let
you will come to realize that working with people is better than working against them.
Fool! Fool! You do not understand what you are taking away.
As Yuto's saying this, the planetar is just waiting, nods its head, gentles down,
Can I touch your sword?
picks it up. Perhaps one day, when you need assistance again.
Carry on, sorry.
In one hand, she materializes an iron box, places it in, and you just hear like a verbal, all of you just like,
No! No! One day, you will see me again and I will...
Well, what?
farewell. I will make sure that no one touches this device ever again.
Thank you.
Praise Evandra.
Say hi.
And it just ascends into the portal.
I'm clapping. I didn't know I was clapping, but I'm clapping.
It's gone. I can't believe your divine
I can't believe
intervention worked.
the first time you did it, it worked. That's amazing.
I am gone from semi to full mast. No one knows though, I did an uptuck.
Would you like to do anything else? Just quickly before you're going to check out the compartment, is there anything you want to do with Silval or
I
anything
think
like
that's
that?
that's probably...
Should we just...
We've got,
I,
we've got a bit of time, so
Can I...
you got Alphadon and Korat there as well.
Oh,
Uh,
'Cause I think
So
Steve's
she's got a ring and a
She's got a
head.
gold
thing.
ring and a headband, and that's the only thing. Apart from that, her body's just there. You can see these
Okay.
kind of wounds marking. The transformation as well, she's returned to being a normal elf, a normal Winterspire elf, so slightly bluish skin, pale white hair.
Can I take those things and just tell everyone?
Oh shit, sorry Steve, I thought you were just going to go. Sorry ma'am.
And just to tell people that I'm going to send it to Malistri. Because it's his family's.
You don't recognise them actually.
Oh, does it not look like his
no.
Winterspire?
These are new. You've never seen Sylval with these items before.
Okay.
Can I take a look at the compartment and see if it's a ring and...
No, it's not, but there are a number of things in there. You see within there. There are 5 potions and 10 bars of a shiny silvery metal, which you think might be mithril. So like
Take them all.
ingots. The metal ingots weigh nothing. It's like touching air.
How many potions? 10.
5.
5.
5 potions, 10 mithrils.
20.
4 blue potions and one of a
Blue.
cloudy milky texture.
4 blue ones.
5 potions, 10 mithril bars.
Can I then get these guys to just help me get these chains down?
With time,
With my fire hands, can I...
basically,
Melt through them
that's kind of something you have to do
eventually.
over time. It's more
Yeah.
of bursting. But yeah, basically, through the combinations of all of you, Axul, magic, spells, you can break the chains over time. Without the lava kind of increasing the heat in the room, without Sylval to fight, it takes time, polymorph, all these things work, basically. They are clearly drugged and unconscious. You're not sure how long they'll sleep, but you manage to get them down and out and into relative safety.
Can I just try a lesser restoration on, which removes like poison and paralysis?
Yeah, if you do that, it will get rid of the drugging.
Can I do that on
instantaneously.
both of them?
Yeah, they are groggy, but they come to. We'll save the RP and stuff, I think, for next time. But yeah, like you can easily remove that.
We've
and
got them safe.
You've got them safe. They're coming to. They're awake again. The other thing in the compartment, was because it was quite large, is you find Althadon's sword, Korak's sword, and their armor kind of like all kind of partnered up. It's quite deep. It's like a 5-foot cube, basically, that everything's been stuffed into.
I return that.
Sweet.
Is the,
Cool, before I forget then, the circlet and the ring on...
On Sylval.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, you took them?
She took them, but yeah, because she thought they might be. But yeah, as you're examining them, these definitely aren't anything you've seen in any of the Frostwalkers wearing. You don't know where she's
Okay.
got them.
I'm going to put my hand out and nod to everybody. Joking.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I brought you back to life.
I just saw an angel. I made it come here. It's my fault. Oh, stop it.
Okay, let's stop there. All right. Super sorry, Steve. I thought you'd already gone, mate. That's why we carried on. I thought you were saying that you were going to leave and Trot could do it. But we're going to read some donos now.
Sorry for being later, but it was.
I think they appreciated us going on later.
I think it would have been
Get
odd
up,
to not continue that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Especially how close we were at the end.
that's it. You were so close.
Power.
Kev, Tim, Winch, HighRollers. Sorry for not donating in a while. Been to Gamescom, so been unable to watch for the past few weeks. Also got sick after Gamescom. Met Terps there. Likely why I got sick.
Yeah.
Catching up now,
Probably.
and all of you are making my time sick a lot more fun. Well, thank you very much, Kev, Tim, Winch.
Nightjar. Hey, Nightjar. Sorry for the slight emotional roller coaster that were my donations on Friday. It was a weird 2 hours.
Sorry.
But thank you for always giving me something to look forward to, despite how shitty my week might be otherwise.
Thank you very much, Nightjar.
Samwise2450. I'm finally up to date and ready. Mark, did you upload King Domino with Mike, Tom H, and Smith? Or am I going mad?
I had loads of problems with rendering Samwise, so it's going to go up on Monday instead.
Yeah.
We're getting some very great feedback here, Mark, for this episode,
Oh, good.
Feedback.
by the way.
Olarem has donated with no message, thank you very much. And Miranus has donated saying, Dear Dr. Humes, have you heard about Starfinder, a version of Pathfinder with laser pistols and spaceships? If so, what YouTube channel would you likely have talked about
Well, I haven't
it
talked
on?
about it yet, but I will be doing a review for Starfinder very soon. You should subscribe to Tabletop Weekly to watch it there when I upload it.
Or just for your general board gaming needs.
Thanks. Oh, look at that. Love that.
Tim Winch donated. Also, you are looking good. Loving the hair, Kim. Would you make comments for the rest but I think Katie is tired of hearing how great she looks. Tom gets enough love, and PewDiePie 2.0 has a big enough ego. And of course, last but not least, Princess Mark.
Mark's had a haircut.
I got it trimmed. That's a very
He's had a
different
haircut.
thing. Dancing on Fire 7. I've missed watching live, but now that I have a new adult job, I've been forced to actually be awake at normal human hours, even on weekends. Love all of you, and an official welcome to Tom.
Thank you.
Who, gotta say, pretty MVP this game.
Yeah,
like,
he's pretty
did the
damn
damage.
I did fall into lava.
So did
Well,
I.
that
Somebody
was-
had
You
to.
were dropped into it. I was just
That's
launched
it's almost like it's kind of part of the encounter. Like,
Crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, I was really excited to use the fire stance, but then I was like,
kinda
using
wrong
the-
enemy.
I was thinking fire elemental so that I wouldn't. But then I was like, well, then I'm not going to do any damage.
I
So
It's a
thought water
great
might have a slight
combo.
advantage.
I was thinking that too. But then
Damage is very different to water damage.
But then Sylval was
Cold.
cold damage,
Exactly.
so there was really
Fire
any
and
warnings.
ice.
Oh, the song.
Free Rosario! Hopefully my Wi-Fi will last for a whole stream. It's been playing up recently. I love these streams. Everyone is a new adventure. Thank you for all the cool content.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Harmelodic donated. Hey HighRollers, finally get to watch the stream live as I've been doing revision, exams and I-61 over the past month or so. Speaking of I-61, it was great to meet you, Mark and Tom, and see Trot and Tom on the stage at the Yogscast show. Love you all. Thank you, Harmelodic. It was good fun. It was really, really fun.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Squiggle has donated saying, not sure if my last message sent, but here goes. Sad to hear Lightfall is coming to an end. It's not at the
Well,
moment.
yeah,
Well,
eventually it will.
Yeah,
will
but
happen.
at the moment,
There's still a while.
but at
to
least
go.
I have Uncharted Territory to catch up on while I look forward to whatever comes next. Keep up the amazing work, everyone. Well, Uncharted Territory
I
is
think
coming
you
to an end. I think
got
you've mixed them
confused
up.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uncharted Territory is ending next week.
Next week.
This is probably going to continue probably the rest of this year, I think.
Yeah.
I think we've got enough content
So-
that's going to go for the rest of the year.
All good things
Switch
must come to
them
an end, so that new
New
things
things can
better
begin.
things. Yep, that. Sky Silverwing 1 donated. When Cam worked so hard to get the Diamond Dust for his Revivify spell in Talis Val, he knew that Juto had already been resurrected, and that if he ever needed Revivify, he would be in no condition to cast it. Does that mean he expected Allura to die?
Well, I got some too. It's basically just we learned
Back
those
up.
spells and we didn't have the material to do them.
And old Cam Buckland does now have access to Raise Dead as well.
yeah.
Plus, Reynard could die any moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
well,
knows?
And
I mean, I was
I
furthest
I'm
from death, I think. Actually, no, you
What?
didn't really lose a lot of...
Yeah, what a surprise. Reynard didn't take any damage.
I
They
took
did, they
loads
took
of
a lot of
damage.
He did take a lot of damage.
I went
It's the
down
one
to
time I
10.
actually got him down. You
I
got
went
down to 10.
I went down to 10 from 97.
really
took you a while to get me out.
Yeah. Does you go? Yeah, it's tough. You guys are tough.
Surprised me.
impressed.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Lord XS donated, just dropping by on my birthday. I'll catch the full episode later. I hope you guys have an awesome evening. Love you all. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Marwalea the 01
Half
has donated a
hundo.
half hundo.
Whee!
Woo! I won the lottery! Only 25 quid, but it still does mean most of this isn't costing me a penny. Yay! Since HighRollers is more entertaining than the majority of things on TV these days, I can't think of a better way to spend it.
Thank you very much.
Well, there's always countdown.
Talkmatic, did you guys hear that Zoe had a dream about you? It was mostly about poop, but you were there too. You should ask her about it. Yeah.
No,
Will?
I will.
You should also buy her new mug.
Look
Yeah,
how
it's
cute
really
it
cute.
is.
Oh, that's nice.
Amazing.
That's
It's
really
adorable.
cute.
I love it.
Teaser, teaser.
The Nord's House. Hello and welcome back to Innuendo Rollers with Cam and Reynard.
You should read the next one, Katie.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Graphite HB.
That was too good.
Graphite HB donated saying, "Hi rollers, glad to have Reynard on the team now. The banter with Cam is top notch. Are we likely to see your fancy new 4 element stuff, Mark? Yes. Thank you for all you bring. Thank you for all bringing more laughter into this world. Keep it up and roll high, please."
I posted a whip of the 4 elements on Twitter from Homebrew, but I'm going to do like a proper neat version, and I might put it on DM Skill.
I think you should.
I don't know. We'll see. Cam's smiling. I need to get it the problem is I need other people to test it because it could be massively broken.
That
Can
was
I eat
gross.
some cake?
There's still cake?
Cupcake Noodles donated. This is my first time donating. Sorry it took so long, but you helped myself and probably many others get through the stress of the week. You guys have even helped me go out and find a D&D group of my own. Keep up the great work, guys. Thank you very much.
Mr. Dynamic 244. Hey, HighRollers, could you give a shout out to my good friend Keelan? Sorry, that's an extra $10. Whose birthday was last week.
He has been through a lot in the past few years, and any positive encouragement and kind words would really benefit him. P.S. Mark, you are my roleplay inspiration.
A pleasure.
Happy birthday,
Keelan. And keep up all the good works.
Keep on being awesome.
Yeah, you're the best.
The Game Guy 415. Hi, Rollers. Long-time viewer, first-time donator. Just wanted to say, what the hell was that last Friday, Trot? What did you think was going to happen? Never stop being you, you lovable bastard. Oh, and congrats on joining the team, Tom. Hashtag hooray for Hazel.
Oh, hooray for Hazel.
Yeah.
What did we agree on last time?
I think it was
Okay.
hooray for Hazel.
We'll take it.
Katie.
Arden Artificer, I can't speak. Hi Rollers, I'm not actually watching because I'm still catching up. I just want to thank you all for being so damn great and getting me into D&D. I've been in over 20 campaigns total over the summer, most ending prematurely, which is why I'm 20 episodes off. Wow, 20 campaigns. That's a lot of campaigns.
That's a lot nuts.
Jeez.
Joking off to Trot. Donated. Hello everyone. My god, it has been so long since the nail-biting campaign of HR. Trot question, where is all my Raspberry Pi gone? Hashtag trials. It's an episode.
It's
Just
a
a
joke.
reference, we
Hatfield
don't
joke.
get it.
It's good to have Hazel as a true member of HR. Hashtag horny for Hazel.
I like that one.
Katie, how can you keep getting more beautiful? Hashtag DDM. I dread to think what that
I
means.
think it's a
Oh,
little face. Like,
Dick Marble.
holding out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Dick, yeah, that's one.
thanks.
Thanks, friend. Dancing on Fire 7, across. You get the idea. Donated, thank you very much.
And a heart.
And a heart.
Draghorn 65 has donated. So nervous about the fight to come,
Oh,
but I
man, this
just
is
want to
before
go and
the fight.
reassure Laura that the group can totally do this.
You can do
Oh,
it,
man.
team.
And we did.
There's a lot of donies today.
Billy Be the Man. Hi Rollers, I mentioned I got a friend addicted. She put Critical Role on hold and has watched
Wow.
every episode of High Rollers in 4 weeks.
That says a lot.
She,
Is
how
that
many
even
episodes is that?
physically
That's what, 60?
possible?
Apparently so.
Jeez. She's watching live today, so everyone say hi to Nia.
Hello, Nia.
Yeah.
The big question on her mind is who will be at MCM in October?
Hopefully all of us.
Yeah.
I think the idea is that all of us are going to be there and there should be a signing each day. It might only be like one signing, but Trot's the one who's got to do a lot, so we'll figure
We
it
need to
out.
work it around Hat Films
Yeah.
somehow.
So,
But we'll do it.
but we're also looking to potentially try and do another live show. We're going to have new merch there. It should be good. MCM should be a good high
A
roll
bigger
time.
presence at MCM.
Yeah,
for sure.
we're going to try for sure because MCM we know a lot of you guys go to, so.
So
we're gonna
lots of
try.
cosplay, please.
It's our home base.
Uh,
Is it my go?
Thanks.
Don't take
Don't know.
It's your one.
Me.
Yeah.
My God a Fish 88 donated saying 5 weeks catching up so I could watch you guys live. Love the story and all the characters. Thank you for keeping me enthralled and gripped on this epic story with all the drama, the laughs, and all the cam epic fails. Can't wait to see where this story goes. Thank you
go.
very much.
Only up, and then horribly down, and then back up again. I got a fish again.
Yep.
Donated, saying a massive shout out to our DM Tom, who keeps us entertained with his amazing campaign. Thank you for taking the time to write and prepare each session for our group, and I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say we really appreciate
nice.
everything you do.
That's nice. Thank you for also giving us money and saying that.
Yeah.
I like money.
Ace of Thorns donated. Just a quickie this time. Seems like some good folks could use a Megazord about now. Hugs.
Wayo.
A Voltron.
Has 901 has donated. Hi Rollers, it was fantastic to see you in the flesh at Insomnia. Now I'm just missing Kim and Katie's autographs on my play pendant.
I saw it.
But that just gives me a good excuse to come see you at a future event, like MCM
We
Comic-Con.
strategically miss out Sigs
One,
every
yeah,
time.
one where I can actually interact nicely would be good.
Tom Sam.
Jerking off to Trot again. My God, Trotty man, can you not, spoiler alert, die every fucking time? Fuck! Thanks for the sweaty balls by making me anxious. Hashtag
Well,
Trot,
lovely.
hashtag Detective Dick Markle, hashtag DDM.
Detective Dick. That's
That's
what
it.
it is.
You've adopted the
There
name.
we go. Techie Reed has donated saying, Hi guys. Katie, try without the dice tray. One of our parties similarly cursed with dice, and we found without the tray she rolled better. It doesn't matter where I roll.
Yeah, she's been rolling everyone.
Nat 1 when
I
you
wouldn't
just had a semi with your Nat 20. Trot, what is it with you killing characters recently?
It's
Hey.
alright. It was also a quarter hundo.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Guilliman. What a
Yeah, that's
nail-biting episode. Cam, don't die. Katie, those dice again. Feels bad, man. Tom, you need a new chair. Hashtag justice for Hazel.
No, he has to earn a good chair.
What?
I got the upgrade. He gets the stupid
I
job.
gave you the upgrade today.
Kim, give that punk
chose.
Crown Red a good whooping.
Just so you didn't steal it
Also,
from me.
I know of a whole other reason why dice are needed in bed, Kappa. Mark AAA+.
Is that related to the previous
That's
statement?
probably
I hope
D4.
not.
Because I rolled over a D4.
I
A
know,
DM? A
I
D4. Woo!
That's I think that's what they were getting at. Metamanu donated. Cam almost died Gollum style. Will he survive? The suspense will kill me. Precious.
It's certainly Metamano. I need to send you an email. We
No.
will do soon.
Read the donations,
Ninja
precious.
Star! Thanks for everything. You guys
She wasn't
inspired me and my friends to start our own campaign, and I got one of my friends to start watching HighRollers. Also for XCOM 2 players and
Google Drive link.
Unfortunately, we can't show that to you, but
Yeah.
there
You
is a
guys can
drive
have a
link
look.
for XCOM 2 HighRollers players, I assume, which I
You've
want.
been- you've been playing-
character pool files.
Ninja
Oh,
is in
maybe.
the Discord. I saw him earlier, so
Okay,
can
Ninja
post
Star.
it in there
Okay, well,
probably.
There you go.
look.
You can't paste the link as a norm. You have to be a
Matt.
mod.
Tom.
Oh, Jarkor, hello. All right, Mark. So on top of having to add spider climb to my repertoire to avoid death traps, I'm also going to have to hunt down a way to become lava immune. By the way, Righteous Reynard MVP. Righteous Reynard.
Nice.
I like it.
If you
Another
want
one.
to be lava immune, just put on Crown Rend.
Jerking
Oh.
off to Trot has donated again, saying, "Damn, Juto, taking a beating like I beat Trot. Nicely done, Kimaru. And oh my god, Hazel, the real MVP, goddamn. And Mark, it seems when your haircut gets worse, your DM skills get better." His haircut's fine.
It's just a trim.
Tabletop Weekly for the win,
Yeah,
though.
completely cut. Tabletop Weekly for the win. Thanks there, bud.
TTWFTW.
Daft Day 41 donated. Don't know what to say. So much drama this week. Thank you for not leaving us on a cliffhanger again. Reynard, you beauty.
You beauty!
I finally got to kill a boss.
Draghorn65. That ending was perfect.
Marachime has donated. Fuck! So fucking fun!
I'm surprised Maritime's not upset about old Crowny Rend.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
She
yeah.
fucking loves Crown
I'm a
Rend.
bit sad.
Tom.
Oh god, I'm bad at this.
Tony.
Marie
Jesus.
Violet. OMG, this has been the most intense stream in ages, I swear, but truly amazing. I love you guys so much and so glad you all survived. And extra love for Mark, because Hatfilm's YouTube comments are
That's fine.
cancer.
Loads of
You're
people
great
apologise
in
for it, it's
their
fine.
videos, and finally, love you all.
Thanks
They
very
hate
much.
us
Comment.
too much.
YouTube comments in
So-
general are just terrible. Nightjar has donated again, thank you very much, saying, "Good Avandra above. I don't think I stopped holding my breath that entire encounter. A star, pals.
A star.
Fucking A star, pals. A fucking star." I can't talk.
A star.
I'm so glad no one good died. Also, thank you for being the real MVP, Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah,
Done,
thanks,
done
Steve,
good.
for staying.
We'll sort it out. We'll sort it
Someone
out.
good. Bad.
Daft Day 41 donated a
Again,
generous
this is
amount.
the
Thank
big
you.
old amount, yeah.
What's your total so far? Jesus. You know what? That session deserves another few beer/noodle tokens. Brilliant. Thanks.
Seb BB, half hundo. Great episode. Really thought Trot would have another character turned into Ash.
I like
did
how everyone
too.
words it as if it's my fault.
It is always your fault. Is
And
this
then
actual
you're
Nazi?
on Seb
Is this
Who
Nazi?
watches HighRollers?
Fucking Nazi.
Love you, Nazi.
Oh, noisy.
I'm a simple man. I see Trot's hair. I hit donate. Hope you all had fun at Insomnia. Hope I make it to the next one and see you
Yeah.
all there.
Marzi, we've got to get you down to York Towers. Like, I know you watch HighRollers every week. We should get you on as a guest.
It's yours.
Definitely, yeah. Whenever you're in
for sure.
Bristol
We need him
now,
in
Izzy.
Bristol.
Yeah.
Right, thank you all so much for watching this week. We will be back on Friday with the last session of Uncharted Territory.
That's gonna be a scary false fight.
And then we'll be back again on Sunday.
Yeah, it's normal now.
And who knows where we're going next in regard to HighRollers. I imagine you're probably going to head back to Talisval. So
I think we're going to go to an angelic plane and uncover Crown from a box.
yeah.
We'll just go nuts.
I've actually
like
slipped Crown
coconuts.
Rend in my pocket.
You just tagged it with GPS coordinates.
Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. We will see you all very soon. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Keep playing D&D.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.